Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Helpful Goat Presents as we play The Lore of Aetherra, The Lost Druid. My name is Galway. I'm one of the founders of Helpful Goat Gaming, a small independent game design and game content creation community. And tonight we're super excited to be bringing you a one-shot playthrough and a world premiere of, as I mentioned, Lore of Aetherra, The Lost Druid. I just want to go through a few quick notes from the folks here at Helpful Goat, and then I'm going to turn things over to Andy, who's really should have looked at the overlay beforehand over there, to sort of go over intros and setting things up for the game itself.
All right. Before we jump into the game proper, we have a little tradition here where one of our friends, Chelsea, writes us a little bit of a poem every night at the beginning of stream, and I'll go ahead and read tonight's poem by Chelsea. Looking forward to this bewitching special Saturday stream. Hooray for more adventures, lovable characters, and laughter to the extreme. It's no secret that Helpful Goat is the best. The talent of these players never fails to amaze in each and every quest. Big excite for this playtest to begin and the plot to be stirred. Much love, Adam, Andy, Galway, and Lena. You are seen and heard.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Yay.
Sweet. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Then let me introduce you to the players for tonight. You've already met Galway, who's amazing. If we just want to real quick do pronouns, that would be awesome. So Galway, if I could get you to talk again real quick.
Oh, you'll get me to talk in just a second, but I realized that Sam just pointed out to me that two of the cams are in the wrong place.
Oh, yay! Well, then let's come back to Galway. How about we go to Lena?
Why would you go to the other person whose cam is in the wrong place?
Oh,
Introduce yourself!
No, people can hear me talk. They don't have to read it. They can hear my lovely voice. I'm Lena. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm going to be playing a tiefling. Yeah, a wizard tiefling named Astra Sorrel. That's how we're saying her last name. And her pronouns are also she, her, hers. I'm very excited.
Is it Astra or Astara?
Shit, no, it's Astara. Astra. Okay, anyway, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yep.
Adam.
Hi, everybody. My name is Adam Lawver. My pronouns are he, him. And I'm the only character in the game with just a straightforward name. Rummy Figs. There's no other way to pronounce it.
Your name's Rummy Figs!
Yeah, but look at your... Oh, can't wait till we get to your name. Go away. Rummy Figs' pronouns are also he, him, his. He's a paladin dwarf.
Beautiful. And Galway?
Hey, everybody. I'm Galway. I'm not broken yet, but it's getting close. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am playing Scotland, whose pronouns are also he, him, his, what I have gone with as Shadow Touched Warlock, custom lineage from Tasha's.
Love it. All right, and then I am Andrew Gilbert. I am the GM for the game this evening, and my pronouns are he, him, his, and all the characters I voice will be all kinds of different things, so... Yeah, all right. So again, we're super excited to playtest Lore of Aetherra, the Lost Druid. Super excited about this. We're also using an entirely new, brilliant system to play on, which is going to be amazing. All the music and art you see tonight is from Alchemy RPG. We're super excited. We've been working with them for a few weeks now, trying to kind of get this all set up and learn to play the system. And now tonight we're just ready to play some D&D, and I'm super excited about it.
I'm just messing up Adam's name in the chat with the chat. So I'm sorry. This is all the D&D content you're going to get. Everyone, I need you to go screw up Rummy Figs' name in the chat. Thank you.
All right, I had that coming. I asked for it.
You did kind of have that coming. And if someone in chat could also just put a link to the Kickstarter, because this adventure is going to be kickstarted very soon. And
If you use exclamation point alchemy, I kind of forgot because there were gremlins. Exclamation point alchemy in the chat will give you a wonderful intro to what this campaign is and a link to their Kickstarter.
Brilliant. Thanks for doing that, Galway. That's awesome. All right. I think without further ado, we can begin tonight's game in Lore of Aetherra.
He's got no more to do.
All right. So, we begin on Crystal Lake. Ladies and gentlemen, you are sitting in a boat. Two of you don't exactly know why you're out here. One of you, Rummy, brought the others. And right now you're just sitting, waiting. Not exactly sure for what. And in the bright moonlight of a full moon, there's nothing else to look at except each other. Do you mind real quick describing what each of you look like? Let's start with Rummy Foggy?
God damn it.
Figs.
Foggy Rums?
Foggy Rums?
How
If we could
dare
start with
you.
you, Foggy Rums, that would be good.
Foggy Rums.
I will keep this short and simple, and just read the 3 sentences I wrote about Rummy's appearance. At 5 foot 1 inch, Rummy is tall for a dwarf. He's broad-shouldered, puff-chested, and carries himself with gruff, good-natured confidence. He has a long, flowing red beard that is just as likely to be seen framing a wide grin as an intimidating scowl. 2 circles are tattooed on his forehead, one slightly larger than the other. And Rummy is smiling at Skal and Aetherra, and he's having a good time right now.
All right. And when he looks at Scow, what does he see?
When he looks at his old friend Scow, he sees an elf, but a very pale skin, pale haired, hair that's like white, almost bordering on just translucent. Long hair, dark clothing, like most elves could be described as, sort of tall and slender, but with Scow, I'm not sure if the word gaunt is quite right, but he's closer to that than sort of average build. He's sort of propped up against the side of the boat, slowly turning his head from side to side, and the moonlight, like, this is the lake.
And Aetherra.
Aetherra is a young-ish, like about my age, tiefling woman. She's got dark red hair that's very wild and bushy and pulled back in a braid. And she just kind of looks like a typical scholar. She's dressed a little bit carelessly. There's ink smudges on her clothing, and her hair is pulled back really carelessly, and she's got pens and quills stuck in it. She's wearing golden glasses, and then she's got really pale red skin. She is, like, also weirdly carrying a huge coil of rope, which is a little weird for a scholar. And a backpack, yep. I'm off sugar. A backpack that's filled to the brim with something, who knows what. And she's kind of just bouncing in her seat. She looks really excited. She doesn't know why she's here, but she knows that it's something that she's very excited about.
Ah, well met, friends. It's beautiful out here on the lake under a full moon. Here, Skal, Aetherra, you must try. And he opens up like a little box that he's like kind of a little cooling chest, if such a thing exists. And he pulls out 3 bottles of beverage, and he's trying to hand two of them to the two of you. You must try the latest brew of my home-brewed Phanosian fermented fig mead.
That sounds like amazingly delicious. But also, I'm really I want to know what's going on and why you brought us out here. And I'm not sure that I should drink when I'm this hyped up about it. But we can get drunk and then you can tell us what's going on.
You do remember what happened the last time you drank and got excited.
No, because I was really drunk.
The docks will never be the same. Also, Rummy, as much as I would be awake at 3 a.m. anyway, why am I awake and in the middle of the lake at 3 a.m.?
Details. There's time for details later. Just here, try the latest brew, and I'll tell you everything. All right, here you go. Crack them open.
The star will take a big swig of it. Okay, I tried it. It's delicious. I love it. Why are we out here? You said it had to do with ether. And that's my jam.
It is your jam.
Tell me what's going on. Look, I tried your beer. It's really good. I love it. I will drink so much more of it if you tell me what's going on.
Oh, Aetherra, you're a dear. Thank you. All right, friends, lean in for effect, and I shall regale you with the story. And the story, the details of why we're out here on Chrysal Lake under a full moon at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, those are what I requested.
You all know that I used to be a member of the Order of Spira.
Yep.
I was a member of the City Watch, so I have connections here in Fano.
Yep.
One of said connections, my friend Bori Brightmaster, approached me recently with some very intriguing information. He told me, well, I guess all he really told me was that something really weird and fucked up has been happening out here on Chrysal Lake at 3 o'clock in the morning every night lately. Or maybe it's what did he say, Andy? Every Tuesday night or something?
every other Thursday and Tuesday, yes.
Every other Tuesday? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yes, every other Tuesday and Thursday. Anyway, so I think it's about to happen. I think we're out here, and Aetherra and Skull, I know you're both very interested in mysteries and magic and the strange things that might underlie this city of Fano, and so of course you can rely on good old Rummy Figs to bring you on out here to get the real story.
Yep. And you're pretty sure that this has to do with that, and he wasn't just drunk?
Well, he was definitely drunk. I will say that. Yes.
You've never done me wrong, right, Scow? He's great. He always has the hottest leads about.
He gave you the liquor before the fire incident at the docks.
Okay, well, that's my fault. I make my own choices. And I chose to drink too much and start fires.
Let me just say, docks can be rebuilt. Missed opportunities cannot.
Exactly.
But the
that.
chickens can't. They don't get rebuilt.
There's a lot of chickens. We have a lot of chickens in this town. Some people might say we have too many chickens in this town. So I think it's fine. I spent a night in jail. It's not a big deal. We're all good.
You're going to see Scow sort of sit back from this uncomfortably close lean in when we've just all had a bunch of fig mead. So I pretty much just assume our breath smells like Robitussin at this point. And is just gonna sort of pull back his cloak and pull the handle of a weapon up, just sort of looks at it. So there's almost no chance this is anything, right? Okay.
Are you talking? Have we seen Scout?
Yeah, no, Scout does that a lot.
Okay, then I won't go on, I guess.
Skull, it's been so great having you back in Fano after all those years that you were gone. We had such a great time in Frick. Yes, you were my frick buddy. I guess I'm referencing, but nobody's going to ask me what frick means. So I should just say it.
No one's going to ask you.
No?
Let's just leave it there.
All right. Yes, those years that we spent together in frick were great, and you were such a dear friend of mine at the time. Ever since you've returned to time, though, you seem so different, much more dark and shadowy, and just yes. One way to put it is that, back in the day, ichor didn't leak from your eyes so often. You just got a little ichor right there.
Oh, sorry.
He's not always been like this? I just kind of assumed that he'd always been this way because, I don't know. He has when I've known him, but that's been like 3 months.
Well, war never changes, but it does change people.
Isn't that the truth? Yes.
And conversation continues in this fashion.
We're calling this conversation.
For the next half hour, 45 minutes. And then it starts to die down a little. Gets quiet again. You get a little bit bored. And you start to look to the sky. What's supposed to happen out here? And as you look back to Scow, Rummy, you notice that the side of his face is just lit up almost imperceptibly with a slight blue light that actually seems to be coming from the water next to the boat. And each of you, one by one, look over the boat and you see a bright blue light extending from somewhere deep underneath. And it's beautiful. It's mesmerizing. And it fills up kind of the space all around the boat, almost as if it's wanting to rise up. And then it begins to fade. And it fades into a black nothingness again underneath the lake.
What was that? Aetherra is going to lean over the side of the boat to the point where she's like in danger of falling in. I think I need to go after it. This is the only time I think this is a real discovery. I'm not good at swimming, but I can make it.
At the Scow had sort of grabbed the back of your tunic, and at the I'm not good at swimming, he's just going to sort of swing around and grab you with both hands. I don't think that's it. Again, 3 a.m. middle of a very large lake. I don't think that's going to go well.
Yes, listen to Skal, Aetherra, and we should be very careful because although Bori was a great pal in lending us this schooner of his, I don't see any flotation devices here. Any flotation
I have been studying ether for 10 years, and I have never seen anything like that. I can barely do anything, and I've been studying it for 10 years. I need to go after it right now. Let go of me.
Hey, next Tuesday or Thursday, or the Thursday or Tuesday after that, we can come back more prepared for what we just saw. How about that? Huh? Isn't that a plan, Aetherra? Trust me.
I could take swimming lessons.
Yes, we can all take swimming lessons together as a group of friends in Fano.
In somewhere between 2 days and 15. I'm still not entirely sure on what the timeline is here, Rummy.
Yeah, I'll ask Bori. I'm not really clear on it either.
Maybe when he's sober.
Is your friend awake? I know it's 3 a.m. Is he stay up all night? Can we go talk to him? Right now? We can go back and talk to him and find out when this will be back?
Might very well
Maybe I
be.
should collect some of the water. I'm going to start sticking... Aetherra's going to start sticking her hand in the water and scooping it into the boat.
Good idea,
She doesn't have
Aetherra.
any vials.
Rummy will also start trying to gather water. He's like, yes, absolutely. Let's get some of this water.
At seeing this, Scout's just he's going to sort of take the empty bottle of mead in his hand and just sort of run it through the water. Here.
Oh, hey, that's smart. This is why we're your friend, because you are just a problem solver, Scow, and I like that about you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Astara, you sit back down, just like vibrating with energy. And Rummy, you're now trying to, okay, well, that was it. So let's go back, to the docks. And you're looking at the different ropes. Just give me an intelligence check, please. Make sure you're pulling the right ones here.
Sure. An
First
intelligence
roll of the
check.
night. And we haven't even gotten to the adventure
We
yet.
haven't got. Okay. This
I
is
promise
where the
Alchemy RPG will get there. I promise.
this is where the fun of playing on a new platform comes in.
Yeah.
To do an intelligence check, I thought there would be like
Click your character token in the middle, and then it's going to open the screen, and then I think you click.
I just click intelligence.
Mhm.
Are you sure?
I think
No.
so.
No,
Maybe not.
I was
Normally-
wrestling with tech up until the last minute.
I'm gonna refresh my alchemy page because I thought that there was a page like little two circles, and you'd click one.
Yeah,
Oh, there they
there's
are.
did you find them? It's 2 dots beneath your character picture, and then click that, and then click.
I didn't see them because they were blending into the
Oh,
land
I was
map.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm like, oh yeah, there are
right.
there. They are there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do an intelligence check.
A 4.
I think
Excellent.
he had a bit too much fig mead.
Yep, excellent. Yeah, excellent. So yeah, you
God.
you pull one of the ropes. Immediately the sail drops. The wind catches it. It swings. It smacks you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw now.
I pretty much only know about breaking into buildings and ether. Is this how boating is supposed to go?
Whack! You nearly
No.
topple over the edge, Rummy, as you just barely hold onto the mast as it smacks you. You're now just kind of dangling over the water itself.
Yeah.
The wind flips back the other way, and if you want, you can drop back onto the boat.
Yeah, he drops off it, and he's having a grand old time. He's like, "Yes, of course, this is how boating's supposed to go. I took the Coast Guard elective in City Watch training in the Order of Spira, and falling off of boats, nearly falling off of them, is the most fun part of boating."
Oh, okay, cool. I'm really glad. I hope you're having a good time, because I had a really good time tonight.
Good. How about you, Skal? Are you having a grand old time like I am, and like Astara is? What of the gang, eh?
Scintillating indeed.
Scintillating, he says, Astara. Scintillating! Ha ha!
I definitely agree. This has been very scintillating. It's very enlightening. Do you get it? Because there was light, and we've been enlightened by the light, and now we're going to come back after we take swimming lessons and dive to the bottom of the lake. I think it's a pretty deep lake, but that's okay. And find the origin of the light.
Very good, very good. And yes, the enlightening joke was quite funny. Well done,
I'm so
Astara.
glad.
As the wind picks up, your small schooner also picks up, and you're now steering the rudder closer now to the city of Fano. Lights now in the distance. Though you keep getting off track, it's going to take you a few hours to actually
A few hours?
A few hours to actually get in.
Hey, the two of you can go to sleep. Although, Skal, do you sleep?
Aren't we on like a rowboat? Are we not in like a rowboat?
We're in a schooner, a 20-foot schooner, lent to us by my friend Bori Brightmaster.
Okay.
Who's frequently intoxicated.
So as the schooner picks up
how
and
does he boat
weaves
this?
back and forth in the waves of the lake, trying to get back to Fano. All right, a large black crow flies high above the clouds. The world of Aetherra is deep blue. The night stars are fading, and a faint orange begins to seep over the horizon. The crow dives down into the clouds and comes upon the breaking dawn. Kingdoms and provinces sprawl across fertile farmlands, and wild rivers meet the untamed sea. We soar through old woodlands and hold ancient whispers as the misty light juts down in jagged golden fingers through the canopy. From valleys deep and lush to mountains towering and cold, the bird sees. Aetherra is a wondrous, picturesque world. There are people of great renown, elves of strange beauty and immortal histories, dwarves, wizards and inventors, creatures, fiends and magic. From the high twisting spires to the lowly camps, you will find heroes and villains, dragons and foxes, valor and calamity. The crow soars over a vast caldera, wide and dark. Crystal. I did it. I knew I was going to do it. Crystal Lake fills the crater of a volcanic mountain. Its massive broken top floats proudly in the center of the water since the day of its great eruption. Upon that rock, the borders of a grand city named Fano take shape in the breaking day. Lured by the pungent smell of the provisioner's fish trappings, the crow lands upon a perch at the Lakeport docks, a constructed island port off the western coast of Fano. Anglers and shipwrights, port authorities, and tradespeople begin their day with the prospect of earning enough coin to fill their bellies with ale. And as the morning sun begins to dance over Crystal Lake, a modest schooner with twin masts slowly and awkwardly drifts toward the docks with a fresh haul of a bit of fish from the night before and a new sense of adventure with seeing the lovely lights of whatever happened.
This is us?
This is you.
So which one of us was fishing?
Whichever one you wanted.
It was me.
Okay, good. Land ho!
And whoever's piloting the boat, I need you to make another check for me to
You've got this.
actually dock this thing.
All right, here we go.
I was just waiting for, we'll stop when we hit the wall.
An intelligence of 18.
I got my fourth wind.
Yes, very well. You've remembered now the right ropes to pull. You are using the udder. You're coasting now. You've brought up the sails, and it takes a little bit of slow work to drift into the docks, but you are there. Absolutely.
A roaring success. Right?
Indeed.
Yeah, you said this is how boating's supposed to go, so I think so.
It's not. Yeah,
I don't think Remy would lie to me, Scow. Like, we're tight.
But is it a lie if he believes it, even if he's wrong?
Oh no, then.
I think that's more the thing that's happening here. Yeah.
While they were talking, Remy definitely had to throw up from the combination of drinking and just seasickness, because I don't think Remy really spends a lot of time on the water.
And having spent now probably 7 hours just out continuously in a small schooner.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me. C'est la vie.
Morning breaks on the docks of Lakeport, and the anglers prepare their rigs and ready their vessels for a day of work on the water. Aboard the Lake Sprite, these few members prepare to dock. As you begin to dock, you hear a gruff-sounding captain aboard a nearby ship shouting at a figure cowering and clothed in a fine crimson cloak. "Didn't you hear what we be saying, Zealot? I ain't be feeding me shit to the beast of broken top today. I don't care what you're paying. Be gone with you." And as the cloaked figure hangs their head a bit and turns, dejected, her face becomes clear just as her gaze meets yours. She stares for an uncomfortably long moment at you, then begins to quickly move in your direction.
Hey, I think that woman's gonna try to sell us something.
Oh,
And I'm really tired and I don't like dealing with salespeople.
anybody have a mint? Anybody have a mint? Either of you have a mint?
Oh, you smell like vomit. Why do you smell like vomit?
Because I just threw up.
Oh, I didn't notice. That's awful.
Dwarves are not natural boaters.
I don't have any mint. Maybe just try not to breathe.
No, I'm just gonna drink some more of my fig mead.
I'm not sure that's gonna fix it.
That'll make it better.
Gurgles it. Like mouthwash and spits it out into the water.
As the figure approaches you,
Is that better?
No, please stop breathing on us.
That's in fact
Put
the
your
exact
head
opposite
somewhere
of the
else.
suggestion that she gave you
All right,
to
well, if it,
not breathe as much. Instead of, she did not say breathe more aggressively directly towards us.
well, if it's not better, then one of you is going to have to do the talking, which is unlike me. I'm usually the talker.
you hear a small voice behind you.
Yes,
The figure's just standing there waiting for you.
Can we help you?
Yeah, what's up? Good morning.
She pulls back her hood, revealing her appearance. Her curly brown hair whips across her face in the morning breeze. She has amber eyes that flicker with purpose in her soft yet serious countenance. Outwardly youthful, but she holds the knowledge of 1,000 lifetimes in the way that she bites her lip and grows stern. With a strong, confident tone, she speaks to you. The curtain of night is lifted and reveals those who have braved the darkness. Hello, I am Fawn Lee of the Order of Indos. Might you have a moment to speak with me?
Settle.
I have so many
God.
moments. I have an infinite number of moments in my life until I die. So I guess it's not infinite, but if I keep studying ether, it might be. And for you and the Order of Indos, I have all of my life.
Now, why is it that you look familiar?
Oh, no reason. I have one of those faces.
I feel like...
Anyway, I'm sure it happens to her all the time, especially
Yeah.
around the docks district. It's fine.
Yeah.
How can we help you, Miss Lee?
Oh, well, here. And she hands you a business card.
I feel like Scow probably takes it and then kind of like walks it back up his fingers to look at it.
Yeah, it says Waterleaf Bookshop.
Rummy definitely leans in and looks at
Don't
the
breathe
card.
on the card. It's a nice card.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass it to Astara.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, cool. What can we help you with?
And at that, Stara, you're almost kind of being buffeted by several different dock workers who are leaving their own ship. You're still on the docks, literally, and there's not a ton of room. One of the dwarves, lean, young man, rugged. He's got some like burn scars on him, and he's dressed in dark outerwear. Kind of accidentally bumps into you. Oh, well, sorry, love. Didn't mean that. Oh, but you're a pretty thing, aren't you?
No, don't touch me.
Excuse me, sir. Rummy definitely like nobody calls her love or honey or whatever you called her.
Or pretty.
Or pretty.
Well, I
Okay.
didn't see you. You were even prettier.
Well, I mean, I just wait till you smell my breath.
That's a weird thing to say. Okay, well, nice to meet your acquaintance.
Now get out of here.
No, sorry. And he'll kind of scurry over it to Fawn, and he kind of bows low, and Fawn doesn't exactly know what to do and starts to bow as well. And then you see this dwarf grab her hand and starts to kind of yank at something, and he turns around her and then just bolts off in the other direction, and Fawn doesn't know what to do. She yells at the rest of you, please, he stole my ring. Help.
She's in us! And I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I haven't slept all night, so I rolled an 8 for my spell attack.
All right,
Does that hit him?
you immediately, your ray of frost shoots over this dwarf's head, who's now bounding quite agilely. Agilely?
Yes,
There's the adverb.
Agility.
A gilly. Yeah, he
He's an
bounces
Achilles.
a gilly from crate to crate. You soar your ray of frost into a few watermelons, freezing them instantly, but not slowing him down, I'm afraid. And she says,
I'm going
to the
to
rest of
start
you,
running
please.
after him.
Yeah, we're running. Remy's running. Runny figs! Runny figs!
Sorry, you can also say your line, but like a star would definitely be like, oh, he stole a ring from an Inda's person. I gotta fucking get it.
All right.
Skow's gonna sort of pull back his cloak and draw a whip. Like, should be amusing.
Let's roll initiative. So I just clicked the initiative button. Everyone has automatically been thrown into this. Ooh, and he's gonna go first.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So he keeps bounding. He keeps running into a few people, almost knocking them down. He's stout. He's fast, and you're almost starting to lose sight of him already as he dives into the crowd. Scout, what would you like to do?
About how far away is he as he's diving into the crowd?
About this point, he's about 100 feet or so. As he got the jump.
So
on.
I'm gonna just start running after him, and as I sort of complete, mechanically, as I complete my move action, you're going to see Scow sort of reach up to his eye and collect like a tiny drop of black ichor and point towards him, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
All right. Give me a roll.
Oh, wow, that's good. There's no dex save on it. I put it in wrong. It's fine. 10 for attack. Okay. Don't think that hits.
Whew, again, yours sails over this young dwarf. You almost for a second look like you're going to hit him, and then he dives underneath it, and it slams into a canopy. The rain from the night before is now immediately sort of a deluge of water comes into the street, but he's not slowed down. You've also moved, so Rummy.
How far is he from us?
Yeah, he's still about 100 feet or so.
100 feet?
Yes.
And I might have a speed of 25 feet. Okay, well...
Hijack a cart. Hijack a cart.
Well, I'll run my full 25 feet.
Okay.
But then I'm going to try to hit him with a javelin, which over 30 feet, I think, is a disadvantage, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
But I gotta do it. I gotta. Okay. Is there a way to do it at disadvantage? I forget.
You can just roll twice. We'll take the
Okay. Oh, come on, javelin attack.
There is a way. I just forget it off the top of my head. 5. Okay.
Oh, no.
You guys are rolling amazing. I love it.
We're getting all the bad rolls out now.
Yes.
The javelin goes over his head pretty far, lands in front of him, and he uses that javelin to sort of springboard off onto a few carts that are higher
Glad
up.
you made it better, Robbie. Glad you made it better.
I'm afraid he's getting a little further away. All right, Aetherra.
So is he still just about 100 feet away?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
At the start of your turn, yes.
So I'm going to run 30... Wait. Shoot. I might have to actually use a spell slot. Because I didn't take any long-range cantrips. Ah, crap.
We're really invested in getting this lady's ring back.
Well, I'm not. Astara would be.
Astara is, yes.
Lena's
Lena's not.
And because
this is our first encounter.
Scout just thinks this
Astara
looks
is.
diverting.
Right, sure.
This is
yeah.
amusing.
And again, feel free. You don't have to attack this person. He's
You could also just dash, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash. Except I guess that's probably what he's gonna be doing too.
He is
So
a
I'm
dwarf.
always gonna stay. Do dwarfs move slower? I don't play the short races.
You've met a few, and you know that Rummy at least
because
moves
Rummy's-
slower. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna dash. So that's 60 feet. So he's 40 feet from me now.
Sounds good. All right. All right, so on his turn, he's gonna just kind of look behind him, sort of stick his tongue out, put his hand in his ear, and then slip underneath a cart as it's rolling. He's super agile. Bounds up on the other side and continues to rush into the docks. Scow, he's roughly 120 feet from you.
Oh, saw this. I'm just gonna begin running.
Okay.
Moving, dashing.
Moving, dashing. All right, you feel like you're catching. You maybe slightly sort of catching up to him. Rummy, what are you doing?
I will run. He's now how far from point? We have sounds like he might even have more speed than me.
About 120 feet from you, around 125 technically, but.
There's just so little I can do. But I'll keep running, trying to. Aetherra has run past me, right? Is ahead of me. I'll keep running forward another 25 feet, but my javelin is still like way far ahead of me. The one that I threw, right?
Yep.
So now he's like 100 feet away again. I'm gonna try to hit him with a javelin again.
Okay. Disadvantage, please. Can you throw it 100 feet? It's not that.
It's 30 feet and then 120 feet.
120. Okay, cool. Yep, you're good.
Jesus, horking a javelin 40 yards without like an atlatl or something? That's a toss.
Yeah.
23. That's the
and 60.
Oh, come on.
Fucking running.
All right. At this point, there's up ahead of him a little bit. There's a kid eating an ice cream cone.
Oh, don't, Andy.
And then your javelin skewers the ice cream cone out of his hand. And that.
You shouldn't eat ice cream for breakfast, anyways.
Also true.
It is dawn. Yeah.
Also true.
The child's a dock worker. He's coming off shift.
Yes.
Well, those child labor laws in Fano really need to be upheld.
Really need to.
So,
By which you mean they need to be there.
Since I dashed last time, how far is he from me?
He's only about 100 feet from you.
Andy.
Yes.
I know it's my fault that I didn't take any long-range cantrips.
Okay.
But you're making this challenging for me.
You might need to look around for something speedier or think of a different attack here.
How well do I know the docks?
Fairly well, yeah. You all sort of visit
burned
this
down
area
large
to
portions
drink
of them.
pretty easily. Yeah, it's.
Do I think I could cut him off using back streets?
Oof, you just don't know where he's going. Give me a history check. If you think you know, maybe can guess where he's going, you could do this. 20 history.
First good roll of the night.
Interesting. All right. I mean, yeah, you know of kind of a petty little gang, led by a massive woman. Maybe this is them, and if so, you're gonna cut left up here.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do that because I know I have arcane recovery, but I'm still just a first level character. I don't have all spell slots in the first encounter. So I'm gonna try to do that and cut him off.
All right, so you're actually kind of gaining on him if he's going in that direction. Very good. All right, so the rest of you that now have kind of a bead on him still, he's still way up ahead. He for a minute kind of vanishes behind a large dock worker, half orc, and then you see him just barely out of the corner of your eye dashing left down an alley up ahead. Scout.
So I don't have line of sight to him, but I know the alley that he ducked down.
Exactly. Yep.
Just gonna do my full movement towards that because I suspect I'm still more than 60 feet from that alley.
Okay. All right. There's been a couple carts kind of in the way. Go ahead and give me kind of an athletics or a acrobatics check to see how quickly you can dive through these.
Perhaps I don't. Counter proposal.
I believe in you. Oops,
Why?
shouldn't have believed in you. 8. So you slide under one of these carts like you saw him do. You pass the javelin that he used to kind of springboard up on that, and you think, I can do this. You jump onto the javelin, and it breaks with your weight and snaps,
No.
and you tumble a little bit. You get up. You haven't made any ground on him, but you haven't lost a lot, at least.
Need to buy better javelins, Rummy.
All right. You shout back to Rummy. Rummy, who's running? What would you like to do?
So I'll run the full 25 feet. I don't know if I'm at all gaining on him at all. Probably not. But I'm wondering if so Rummy has the City Watch background because of his time in the City Watch, and as he has the feature Watcher's Eye. Rummy's experience in enforcing the law and dealing with lawbreakers gives him a feel for local laws and criminals. He can easily find the local outpost of the Watch or a similar organization and just as easily pick out the dens of criminal activity in the community. So can you remind me of kind of what... Well, I guess Rummy wouldn't know what Aetherra has just kind of... Didn't she kind of discern something?
Yeah, Aetherra just bolted left, like not seemingly chasing this person. Scow is chasing them in the most direct fashion, but maybe Aetherra going left made you go, "Oh shit! Am I not thinking of something? Does Aetherra know where to go here?"
And so I'd like to use my Watcher's Eye feature to kind of like see if I can also make some kind of connection about who this guy is, where he might be headed in terms of like having that familiarity with criminal organizations and hideouts.
Good. Yeah, this is not a major criminal organization, so go ahead and give me a history check, but with advantage.
History. Check.
15 and 19. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. If this is what was her name? Maggie something's gang, Maggie Moon or something like that. If this is her, she's probably operating on that northeast corner. You think you can probably get there if you kind of follow Aetherra.
So there's no better way than the way Aetherra is going.
Right. It almost looks like if this is where he's going, this dwarf is trying to lose you more than get there quickly.
All right, he's following Aetherra then, and he's also, if he knows that they're like, if he has a personal acquaintance with any kind of nearby city watchman, he'll yell out, "Friend, can you grab that other javelin for me and get it to me later?"
Okay, you shouted someone you believe was a guard, and they were just a tall child. Probably not them.
Why the fuck are there so many children on the docks this morning? It's
Aetherra.
like 7 a.m. Shouldn't you have school or work or anything? A family?
I already wasted 2 of my fucking javelins. I hate Dungeons and Dragons.
Aetherra.
So I'm gonna keep trying to cut him off. I don't have sight on him anymore, right? So I'm just hoping I was right.
Yeah, you're hoping you're right. The path you're taking is gonna kind of have to go through a couple alleys, and looks up ahead. You see like several different, probably about 12 women washing clothes in the alley. You're gonna have to kind of bounce between them or somehow get through them. What would you like to do?
Say excuse me and try to run through them.
Okay, give me a charisma check, a persuasion check, let's say.
Okay, but I'd like to argue, I guess it doesn't actually make a difference. But if you want some of my classic arguing, no.
I do want a classic Lena argument. Yes.
I was gonna say, because I'm not trying to like convince them to move, I'm just being polite and then trying to dodge through them. It should be acrobatics.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, if you're not actually trying to get them to move, but you want to bounce sort of around them and between them, please do that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Very
Funny.
nice. Yeah, they don't move. One of them barely looks up and sort of shouts something at you in a language you're not familiar with. But you bounce between the walls just a little bit over them, sort of land on the other side and keep on going. You've made great time.
Great. Do I feel like I'm getting close to like the corner that their hideout is on?
Yes.
Okay.
Often where you see these people meet. Yeah.
So I'm just going to prepare a ray of frost for if I see that person or anybody else who is threatening to me from that group. Okay.
Very nice. All right. Scout, you see Dallas up ahead, this dwarf. He's now trying to make his way through a really tough crowd, and you hear him just kind of shouting, "Move! Move! Move!" That actually might have slowed him down a tiny bit. And what would you like to do?
So, how far is he?
From you now, he's roughly around 80, 90 feet away.
Okay. So I'm gonna run after him at full speed, moving plus dash. And as my bonus action, at this, my eyes have become entirely black.
Okay.
Take my lady's blessing. And I'm gonna cast Hex on him.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Look at you having long range things.
Range of 90 feet, so I should be easily inside it because I just moved 60 closer. I have a curse on him until the spell ends. I could bring it up for stream because it's very
necrotic. Yeah.
And then I'm going to pick dexterity. I feel like as he's been moving, he's been primarily relying on dexterity to sort of get through the crowd. Right.
Up to this point, which seems like he was trying to like intimidate people out of his way, but didn't work very well. Okay. But yeah, mostly. He's been
so I'm going to cast that.
All right.
And I'm going to target dexterity.
All right. Rummy.
I'm just following Aetherra.
Okay. Double movement.
Can I?
I mean, you can. Yeah.
I'll go as far as you let me go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you also have to. You're coming up on this group of people, and out comes a dragonborn male with a large bit of cleaning to do, and he's pumping a small well in here as well. So you're gonna have to bounce through them, or somehow persuade him or intimidate them to get out of the way. What would you like to do?
Well, I have proficiency in both intimidation and athletics. I'll do some kind of bounce action.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check or athletics, either way.
I think athletics.
21.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So, actually, the tallest thing in this little alley here is that dragonborn. You jump on his back, leap off of him, grab like one of the pipes that is sort of spanning the alleyway, and swing, clearing all of the women who are doing some of the wash. And you hear one of them just sort of slow clapping in the background.
Yeah, and while I'm in the air, while Remy's in the air, Remy says, "I've heard of airborne, but dragonborn? Ha ha!"
Gosh, can I take away inspiration? Is that a thing?
Oh, did you?
Wait, do we have inspiration?
No, that's why I'm not taking it away. Aetherra, your turn.
So I'm gonna keep on running and trying to cut this dwarf off.
Okay, yeah, you're coming up on a section that you don't exactly remember what the best way is to get there. Give me another history check.
Hey, 22!
Jesus.
Very nice. Yeah, it's you're thinking for a second. You're like, oh shit, the local preschool lets out right about this time. I'm gonna fucking ignore that entirely. I'm gonna go this way, and you cut down another sort of like skinny alley between buildings, but you think it's gonna be a lot quicker.
Sweet.
It's
Still
7 in the
got
morning.
Ray of Frost prepared, I guess. Wait, I can't prepare a spell and also be dashing, can I? No.
No.
I'm dashing then. I'm just dashing.
Okay. All right. Down this. All right. Yeah, he in front of you, Scow, barely gets through that crowd, and then on the other side, he leaps on top of a horse that's on a cart, and then starts to sort of move the horse along, and so now a horse and a cart are barreling through a fairly thin street. A few people are having to dive out of the way. Aetherra, you hear a cart rushing up on your position pretty quickly. And Scow.
So how far away is the cart?
The cart itself is about 80 or 90 still at this point.
Okay.
You start your turn.
I'm gonna run 30, and I can see the dwarf like on the back of the horse, like up above. And then I'm going to again, like as the sort of black ichor continues to run from the corners of my eye, take it and flick it at him and cast another Eldritch Blast at him.
All right, give me a roll.
16.
16, yeah, it's gonna hit him in the back, and he's gonna tumble off of the horse onto the ground, and you just hear obscenities in Dwarven being shouted from that direction.
10 damage plus 3 more as well.
Nice,
because he's cursed.
Yeah, he kind of dove out of sight for just a second there, but yeah, you're pretty sure where he is, where he landed. And how much was it? I'm sorry, total?
13.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so he dives out of sight there. Aetherra, you see then a cart rush right in front of you. It is riderless at this point, and you look just barely around the corner, and you see a dwarf laying on the ground, matching the description of the individual you're chasing. And that's kind of what you see right now. But and it's Rummy's turn. What would you like to do to catch up, Rum?
Can you give me some clarification around double movement? Because I thought I could only move my speed, and I don't have any kind of bonus action or anything as a paladin, right?
Right. You can take the dash action as an action.
Oh.
Yeah. Thieves like Burbage can take it as a bonus action, which is awesome. But other people, normies, can take it as an action.
Whereas, which deprives you of being able to take an attack action. I understand now. Okay, cool. Well, how close am I to Aetherra, to where Aetherra's at?
Aetherra must have dived down another alley. You don't see her right in front of you.
I didn't see which way she went?
No. You do hear some commotion up ahead, a cart and some shouting in Dwarven that you recognize, and something about a magic user's mother or something like that is weird.
Wait, that's what I hear?
That's the Dwarven obscenity. It's one word in Dwarven, magic user's mother, and it's meant to be a really derogatory term. But
well, then he'll use his best instincts as with the City Watch background and with where he saw a star heading, where he thought kind of a star might be heading, and he'll kind of go the right way.
The right way.
And he'll go ahead and just try to do double movement to get to where a star is.
All right. You rush up to where you think that commotion was, where you think Aetherra is. And as you're turning the corner and you see, again, a dwarf laying on the ground, you look back for just a second. You see Scow rushing through a crowd, trying to gain as well. But you then run straight into the back of a very large individual. This individual you do know as Maggie Moon.
Oh, Maggie, my dear. Fancy seeing you here.
She immediately grabs the scruff of your shirt and starts to lift you up. She's 8 foot tall, built like a stone. She's wearing a crown on her head. Her face just sort of always looks like she just got into a fight. But she's human, and then she looks down at you and.
Maggie and Rummy have dated before, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, you remember
I'm
Maggie.
getting. Yeah. Maggie.
Rummy. And that was all of your turn.
Sure.
It's Maggie's turn.
Oh, great.
Oh, good. This can only end well. Oh.
So Maggie is going to just sort of like toss you ahead of her just a little bit, and then she takes one step forward, loosing a giant greatsword from her back, which she just brings down in your direction.
No!
Is that a crit hit?
That's 4d6 coming at you, buddy.
That's a crit hit!
Andy, that's not allowed.
Andy, reverse level characters!
Maggie immediately slices down in front of you, Rummy.
I have my shield. But
Wait,
it doesn't
wait.
have-
It's 22 damage. That's
because
one
he's a
shot
paladin.
dead.
Okay.
Rummy, do you have 11 or more hit points?
I have 12 hit points because I'm a hill dwarf. It would have been 11, but because I'm a hill dwarf, I have 12 hit points.
Then I will say that you are only dying and not straight up dead.
Jesus Christ!
It's real hard to roll up a new character when we're in the middle of a one-shot, Andy.
Yeah.
I get it.
This is my brother, Whiskey Prunes.
So I'm. Okay.
Rummy, yeah, the last thought that goes through your head for a moment here is, oh no. As she brings the great sword down on top of you, you just crumple underneath it. Luckily, Aetherra and Scow see that you just immediately went down from this hulking, massive figure here. And
I'm not
Scow,
a hero.
You see
X?
two other individuals then sort of bring scimitars out as the crowd around here just scatters. And
I
at
feel
this
like
point,
the stakes just got way higher all of a sudden.
At this point, Maggie kind of looks at him and, "Ugh. Pick up Downess. We can get out of here or something." And she's kind of looking around to see if there's any other threat. She doesn't see you two as a threat at the moment, it seems. All right. Udry then is going to walk over to Downess and sort of poke him a few times and then go, "Oh, he's fucking dead!"
Good.
And that's all he's doing, Aetherra.
Okay, so the guy that stole the ring is dead.
At least that's what this person said, yeah.
Maggie and her crew is gonna leave, but I don't know if they're gonna take the body. But she said they're gonna get the fuck out of here.
It seemed like, yeah, if no one, she's looking around to see if anyone's like pursuing or attacking or anything.
And
like
I just saw her like nearly cleave Rummy in two, basically.
Yes, you did. Yes, you saw that.
Wow, okay. This just got a lot heavier. I thought this was just like a fun chase. Okay.
Oh, delightful. Skewer a kid's ice cream. This is great.
Are they standing next to Rummy still?
One of them is. Yeah, the one that, yeah.
One sec.
Let's. Oh, so yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. Somebody in chat had it right that I guess Rummy and Maggie's fling didn't end on the best terms.
It did not end on the best
And they
terms.
don't think I'm a threat. They're not acting like I'm a threat right now.
They are looking for a threat, and it doesn't seem like you seem immediately like one to them. Yes. You can give me an insight roll if you want to kind of be sure.
I'm gonna cast Friends.
Okay.
So I'm directing this. I'm trying to decide if it should be Maggie or the person next to Rummy. How close is Maggie to Rummy?
To Rummy, right next to him. Yeah.
Is she the one right next to him?
Maggie's standing over the Rummy, your friend. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Is Maggie the only one standing over Rummy?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm directing this at Maggie. So she's my buddy for a minute.
Well, let's see. Is she?
It doesn't have a save.
Does it?
No, because
No.
when it ends, she's going to try to cleave me in two. But a minute is a really long time in Battle Land. So
it's a wisdom save. Yeah.
Does it?
If you look under attack save, it says wisdom there. And I assume that's not you. I'm pretty sure that's
But I would suggest that maybe Maggie should roll her wisdom save at disadvantage because she's so distracted by all the mixed up feelings of seeing Rummy.
I agree with that. Yeah.
You know, like.
Oh, I will only allow this if, Adam, you tell us how the last date ended.
Yeah.
How complicated is this relationship?
It's pretty complicated.
So far, so good.
Friends doesn't have a save. Friends 100% doesn't have a save. It's
I think maybe I just put it in wrong.
yeah. I think you put it in wrong.
maybe
It
you
goes
put it in
off no
wrong.
matter what.
And that saves me from having to improvise this description.
For the duration, you have
Are we
advantage on all
all now
charisma
good?
checks
I
directed
do
at
want
one
to hear
creature.
the description.
Can you get advantage on a death saving throw if he describes the date?
Yeah, how about that?
No.
Yeah, there's no save because the suck is that in a minute she's going to try to kill me. So I cast Friends. Do we still want to hear Adam explain this?
I mean, yes, I definitely need to hear this. But
Rummy and Maggie had a very intense sexual and emotional connection for a couple of weeks. Things got very serious, and after a night of passion, Rummy started to feel kind of like what, it doesn't want to get kind of nailed, locked down. And so he said in bed to Maggie, "Do you need me?" And she said, "I think I do. Do you need me?" And Rummy said, and Maggie threw him out of the bed, and it was bad.
All right, so
I
all
literally had relationships in that way. You guys can guess which role I was in.
Oh no. So Maggie is having all of that just flash come back to her. She's just kind of out of it for a second when she turns and is just taken in by your spell for a moment there, Aetherra. And she kind of nods at you slowly and is starting to walk over toward the dwarf.
Hey Maggie, great to see you. It's so good to see you. I'm just gonna go over there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kneel down by Rummy. That was unfortunately my action, and healer's kits are also actions, so I can't stabilize him till next turn. But
as you approach Rummy, she brings the greatsword up, pointing toward you. What are you doing?
Hey, no, it's good. I'm just checking this guy out. He looks hella dead. You did a great job cutting him in two, and I just want to examine it because I'm super into dead people. It's my shit.
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage. I think we're back. Hello.
Joel said, "Didn't know streams could be TPK'd."
Yeah, right. So last thing we heard, it sounds like Maggie was pointing the greatsword at Aetherra and says, what are you doing? And at that, a couple things happened after the stream went off. Aetherra rolled a persuasion check with advantage. It got an 18 with that.
I said, I'm just looking at his dead body because, like, I'm super into dead things.
Okay. I don't think it was. Did you say that last time, or is
I
this?
definitely said
She
that.
did. You just.
How did I miss that?
I don't know. But that was what I said.
All right.
So I
Right?
made an 18 persuasion check. And then she said,
And so
nobody
she-
needs him anyways. And I said,
Yes.
yeah, nobody needs him.
So she lowered the sword and says, "I don't need him," and then started to walk back to the dwarf. And Astara was able to do whatever she needed. The rest of them then started to kind of pick at the dwarf, who is now bleeding out sort of onto the pavement underneath. And Scow, it is your turn.
Okay, so a couple things that, as I'm sort of running up to this, I'm sort of picturing this on an L curve of like out one alley is them, and then I'm running up the other way. The area has cleared out because one person just got shot with magic, another person just got chopped almost in half with a great sword. So just again trying to understand the scene.
The horse and the cart have now kept on going past this area. Yeah.
Due to my... So, two questions. Do I think it is possible that the rest of the gang saw specifically me shoot the dwarf?
You wouldn't really know because you didn't see them at all until they sort of emerged.
But if I didn't see them at all until they emerged, they didn't have a sight line to me particularly.
That makes sense to you, yeah.
Stream down again?
No.
It's still going for me.
Yeah. So far.
Okay. Stream stuttered. Twitch is having some massive issues. Oh!
Yeah.
I just realized that our intake server is their Dallas one. Bet that has something to do with it.
Interesting.
Rolling black cats in that area still.
Hey.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So I think it's pretty unlikely that they know specifically I'm the one that shot him.
Okay.
I can see 3 figures, and I can't really see Rummy or Astara. Right?
Right. Yeah, you might have seen Astara kind of dip down that little alley side, but yeah, you don't exactly know.
How far am I from the sort of 4 of them, counting the dwarf's body as one?
About 60 feet at this point.
Why does everything gotta be hard? Oh, that's fucking useless. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Wow, hate this. And I know that the dwarf that I shot is not dead. I'd be able to move Hex if he was dead.
Oh, then yes, you would know that. Hex has
Like
not...
I still feel that connection to that creature.
Right. So Hex is not officially. It's like flickering. it's just barely.
It's turned from green to yellow. It's warning me that it's time to change Hex.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Why not? Move and sort of try to get up close to this, like up to where the dwarf is down. Like,
sure.
Oh, does your friend need some help? I might be able to help him.
Excellent. So as you get in about 10 feet or so, Maggie now points the greatsword one-handed.
No,
just straight in your direction.
No need to. I saw a dwarf there take a tumble. Thought I might be able to help him out a little bit.
Fuck off.
Am I able to see Astara at this point?
From your angle now, you can kind of see into that alley a little bit. Astara is just sort of over the body of Rummy, who looks really, really hurt, if not unconscious and bleeding out. Also,
I think with that, I'm not gonna move any further because she didn't like attack me. She was just like, "Fuck off." I already used sort of my movement and my dash, and I'm just gonna be
okay. I love it. Rummy, give me a death saving throw, please. Just roll a d20. You got this. Don't roll a 1, please.
This is his first save, though, right?
This is his first one. Yeah, a 5. That's a fail.
Yay.
All right. So one of the other individuals hops down off of a crate. She is putting away her scimitar and is sort of scanning the area and says, "Hey, come on, we gotta go. Come on. Grab whatever he got. Let's grab it and leave him." And at this, Maggie Moon she just kind of kicks the dwarf over for a second, and she's looking through stuff. Astara, give me a perception check real quick, if you're kind of keeping like one eye on them.
Oh, a 3. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Game.
Scow, you see that she picks up like a coin purse, it looks like, and she's kind of picking up a ring and starting to look at it, and she puts it in like a vest pocket from a tattered gray vest that she's wearing. And then she says, "All right. Well, Downers was good. One of my favorite Magdros. Fuck him." And she starts down the alley. And the other two seem to follow.
Is she starting down the alley back towards?
Away from the Astara and Rummy. Like away from them. So to your right.
Okay.
And then Astara.
I'm gonna use my healer's kit on Rummy because he's our healer, but I have a healer's kit at least.
Just a healer's kit. That's nice.
So Rummy, you are stable now. You are not awake, but you are stable. You are no longer in danger of dying.
Do I have 1 HP?
No.
Nope.
Okay, but
You
I'm
have
just stable.
0
Okay.
HP, but you are stable.
But you're not dying.
I'm
All right.
sorry. I know we had this whole conversation about how we probably don't need that much healing, and you'll be good with just having lay on hands, and then you got cut in half.
All right.
But at least healer's kit is back up.
All right. So let me kind of take a stock of the party here. Do you want to pursue in turn order these people, the two of you, Astara and Scow?
No, Astara cares a lot. Astara definitely wouldn't. She cares a lot about Endas, and she cares a lot about Aether, and she would have loved to have an in with these people, and she'll try to apologize to them, but she's not going to leave her friend who just got almost cut in half to lay on the pavement alone.
Scout?
So I'm assuming these people look relatively tough.
Yes, she looks relatively tough. The other two look real scrawny and like they haven't eaten in 3 days, and everyone's wearing tattered armors, and I mean take what you will from that.
And they've moved off down the alley.
Right, they're starting to. Pretty soon they're going to turn and you're going to lose them.
But they're also not looking at me.
True. Yes. I love this form of Galway where he gets like real contemplative. It's always fun.
Fireball. We're level 1.
Huh, if I could, would. I want to snap the dwarf's neck.
Okay.
Not me, the other dwarf.
Oh, the other one. Oh, Rummy. Gotcha. Yeah, you go over and you end that person. Yeah. They were already unconscious. It was mercy hit this point.
Yeah. So you're just gonna sort of see Scow, again, dressed mostly in black, just sort of walk up, look there, look the other way, seeing the people like disappearing down the alley, and like, just sort of step on the dwarf's neck, twist heel. Bonus action, going to move Hex to the woman who I saw put the ring in her vest, impairing wisdom. And then I'm going to move off down the alley, just trailing them.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So, Rummy, you're stable. Aetherra, you're watching Scow kind of slip down the alley after them. What would you like to do? Do you just kind of want to try to get Rummy up, or are you going to follow?
I mean, I can't get Rummy up. I don't have any healing. All I could do was stabilize him.
Can Aetherra take Rummy's hands and lay them on Rummy? Can she kind of weekend at Bernie's, have him lay hands on himself to heal himself? No.
I think that has to be like active. It's not just a passive from your hands all the time.
You literally like lay a hand on him, but you cannot activate the ability lay on hands now.
Star's gonna look between Scowl and
Who's
Rummy.
whistling slightly as he's walking off down the alley.
And she's gonna look really really concerned, and then
I will say, Lena, are you gonna try to pick Rummy up? I will say this. So Rummy and Aetherra have been working together for a few years at least now, right? And one thing that Rummy always told Aetherra was, when bad gets to worse, Aetherra, don't come back for me. Pursue the knowledge. Don't worry about old Rummy. Figs will be fine.
The prophecy said I died in an alley anyway.
He was right.
That would have been kind of his don't worry about old Rummy.
Are there any nice looking bystanders nearby, or has everybody cleared out?
Give me a perception check.
Really nice looking, some sexy bystanders.
You already gave a perception. Hold on.
No, that was an old one.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll do a new one.
That was for a while ago with seeing what Maggie was doing.
Right, that's true. Good. So this turn you're looking around. There's one kid who's sort of licking an empty cone right now, who's sort of wandered into the alley. Hi, what's up? What's happening here?
Hey, kiddo. That looks like a good cone. I need you to do me a real big solid and run and get one of the town guards, closest one you can find. Tell them that Rummy Figs is laying unconscious in this alley, and he needs your help right now. I would know, Rummy's on okay terms with the town guard, right? I would know that.
I don't know if you would know that. Think that.
Rummy will speak occasionally. Yes, I was in the city guard.
Right.
He occasionally you would have seen some shadows fall across his face when he thinks back on those times, but he's never given you any reason to doubt that he has anything but their respect and admiration.
Okay. Cool. Great. I'm not playing a very perceptive character, so we're going with that.
Yeah.
So, kiddo, can you do me a huge solid and do that? I will give you a little bit of money. I can't remember how much I have, but I will give you some.
He's a dock waif. If you had 3 copper, it would be a significant amount of coin.
I have better than that. I will give you this gold piece if you go and get a guard as fast as you can to get back here and help Rummy.
Rummy also does have Sorry, what did you say, Andy?
A gold piece.
A gold piece. Remy also has, and you've seen him with a horn with the order, like the symbol of the Order of Spira on it, that he is occasionally when he's drinking, like heavily around you, you'll see him kind of pull it out and kind of look at it sadly. But you would know that horn is supposed to like summon, like it's like to you blow it for help.
Actually, never mind, kid. I just remembered something else.
Well, okay. So a couple interesting things happen here. He has his hand out for the gold piece, and as you're kind of thinking back about that horn thing, you're reaching for your pouch. Oh shit! It's gone.
Apparently, I've been pickpocketed by the very people that cut Rummy Figs in half. So I'm just gonna blow this horn and
Diced
then go
Rummy
deal
Figs.
with that situation. I'm just gonna do that now. I'm gonna fish out the horn and blow it.
Okay.
What happens, Andy?
You hear and it sounds like you've started the process of summoning guards to this area. At which point, Scow, you see the group in front of you turn back slightly, and let's fucking go, says Maggie. And then three of them go in three different directions. Maggie kind of slowly plodding, running down the main alley.
Oh, they've split up, you say?
I did say that.
You could just, out of the goodness of your heart, stay with him and make sure nobody hurts his unconscious body, child. I have to go, but I really appreciate you. You seem like a great kid. You're gonna go places.
Tomorrow, you're gonna buy me ice cream.
Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna buy you ice cream. Today I'm gonna go get my money back so I can do that.
That's fine. Why don't you fucking say that then? Let's go.
Sounds great. Okay, bye. I'm gonna run off after Scow.
And he just kind of sits down on top of you, Rummy.
Great. Good.
Yeah. All right. And then you, Aetherra, head after Scow. And Scow, it is your turn.
So they heard the horn, went, oh shit, Scarper.
Yeah.
And split up three different ways.
Yes.
Which way did Maggie go?
Maggie is continuing on the same path. One of the other ones went left, one of the other ones went right. So she's straight.
Based on what I know, do I feel like this is probably they've like split up to regroup somewhat later? Like in terms of gangs at the docks, like, oh, the guards are here. Everybody get as far the hell away from each other as you can. Meet up at the other place we know. Okay. How far away from me is she, roughly?
At this point, you were gaining on her a little bit. She was just kind of lounging, strolling through the street. So probably only about 40 feet at this point.
$40, huh?
Yep. Sounds about right.
Well, might have been a good life for Scow.
It's a hell of a way to begin a turn. I'll take it.
With his shield sort of on, like, cricks his neck again. I'm gonna walk forward. I've already cast Hex on her.
Yes.
I moved that. Bonus action. I'm gonna hold my whip up. I've found some prey for you, my love. And I'm going to cast the Hexblade's Curse on her as a bonus action. I have a Baleful Curse on her as a bonus action. I choose one creature. This is after I've walked up 30 feet.
At least, yeah, sure.
The target is cursed for 1 minute. It ends early. If they die, I die, or I'm incapacitated. Until it ends, I gain the following benefits. Bonus to damage rolls equal to my proficiency bonus. Attack rolls crit on a 19 or 20. And if they die, I regain hit points equal to my level plus my charisma mod. So many hit points. And with that, having now moved my 30 feet of movement, that is my bonus action. I'm going to sort of just flourish the whip and slash across her back because it has a range of 10 feet.
Give me an attack roll.
I think this is the first time I have ever seen somebody actually use a whip
12?
in D&D.
I know, right? Ooh, 12 does not quite hit. It just cracks sort of right next to her ear. And she then very slowly turns around to you.
Now I lay you down to sleep. Pray, my lady, your soul to keep.
Rummy, how you doing?
I'm
Serving as a
stable.
good bench.
All right. At this, Maggie takes off the greatsword, clanks it onto the ground, grabs it with both hands, rushes 5 more feet toward you, and swings down on you with it.
On who?
16
Doesn't hit.
on doesn't hit.
No.
My AC is 17.
Thank God.
So you just very, very nearly get the rummy treatment here, but you slide out of the way and it slashes. Like you could just feel the wind of this weapon slam into the ground next to you.
Also, this is my first time ever seeing somebody play a hexblade, and it is awesome to see a spellcaster not get obliterated.
I feel like also as she like slams down, she's gonna, you know, as tall as she is, she's flexed down. She's gonna look.
Yeah.
My eyes are just pools of black ink, and there's just a smile. No, love. No,
metal,
love.
I love it.
We're not
I'm
done
sorry.
yet.
What did you say? You talked over it. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, love. We're not done yet.
Nice.
Love it. Astara.
How far out am I from them?
At this point, about 60 feet or so.
Hey, within my measly spell range.
I was gonna say, but in all honesty, as much as Scow is enjoying this, if a star could get into range soon.
Let's see how this goes. Ray of Frost.
All right. Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
Yes.
25!
Yes.
5 hits.
Oh
With
boy.
4 damage. I think that's like men damage or something, but
Hey, it's got extra stuff though, right? Its
1d8
speed is reduced
speed.
by 10 feet. Yeah.
yeah, so her speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And I am just gonna also move in a little closer in case she tries to move away. So probably move about 20 feet on.
Perfect. All right. Sorry.
Guy was
Scout.
next. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. She hits hard enough that I'm not in favor of her getting free turns. Scow is going to kind of feint up with the shield now that he's closed, and then swing the whip underhand so that essentially the slash is coming from below.
Okay. Yeah.
26 critical, 23 damage.
Nice.
Oh.
Payback!
Galway, paint me a picture. How
Oh.
does Maggie
As she sort of
go down?
As she sort of dives at the shield and he fakes with the handle up and comes under, there's just going to be a slight sheen of black energy, and then the line just sort of running up her will just start oozing the same black ichor.
Oh,
And as
Whoa.
you die to never wake, I pray, my lady, your soul to take.
she falls back with a thud onto the ground. You think you hear just almost an inaudible whisper. Maybe I did need it.
That's none of my business.
All right. We are out of combat, ladies and gentlemen.
Poor Maggie.
Yes,
Scout,
I can
that
make a
was-
whip do 23 damage.
Yeah, you
Scout, that was really good and also completely terrifying.
I'm gonna sort of look back like, what? Sorry about that. What? Sorry?
Why do you
Wiping
have...
ichor.
Why? What's going on? And the whip had it too. Never mind. It's okay. We should get back to Rummy. They stole my money,
I'm gonna rummage through her pockets.
and I owe a kid money.
Why the fuck do you owe a kid money?
He's guarding Rummy.
I love it.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah, very good. You get not only your money back, you get another 15 gold, 32 silver on top of that, and you also rummage around in the vest pocket, find the signet ring of our very known Fondly.
What's What's 32 divided by 3? I know what 15 divided by 3 is.
I'm just putting in all the money because we're probably going to go to break in a second, and then we can split it back out.
Okay.
Was it
cool.
32
Sounds
silver?
good.
You said.
Yes, I believe so. Yep. And I think with that, we'll take a little break and see if Rummy got stabbed by the kid while they were away.
with the
Better
cone.
not have.
You did destroy his ice cream cone. And so everyone, go ahead, manage your fluids real quick. Get some to drink. Go to the bathroom. Come on back, and then we'll do the second part of our adventure for tonight. Well done, so everyone so far. I'm super excited to see where this goes.
Yeah. Just as a reminder, if you use exclamation point alchemy in the chat, you can get a link to Alchemy RPG and to their link to their Kickstarter, which is active, and you can support this, get this entire book for yourself. We're just playing the very first part of it. They were kind enough to provide us with that, and so we're getting to play through the first few scenes. Awesome. We will be back in just a few minutes, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. Be right back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are back. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in the first half. We're turning into the second half. Before I turn things back over to Andy, just a couple of quick reminders. If you use the exclamation point alchemy command in chat, it'll not only get you a link to the Kickstarter, but you can also get a 40-page adventure preview PDF, which is what we're playing through right now, and includes the music. Which is just incredible. It's been amazing. We're so grateful for all these assets, help getting all this set up this way. So go ahead and use the exclamation point alchemy command, follow that, get those assets. It's a really fun adventure. Obviously, we've been having a great time with it. I just almost cut an enemy in half with a whip. I also wanted to say thank you to everybody who has bought merch from us so far. We're really super excited. This has actually been a thing that we had all talked about with staff and wanted to get done in 2021. We had an opportunity to sort of push on that. Thank you so much for everybody who bought. I also wanted to highlight, because she is such wonder, Chelsea, our friend, often leaves us poems basically every time we come up to stream to let us know that we are seen and heard, and has extended this to purchasing merch. To collect all this merch is my quest. Y'all seriously are the best. There is no group more worthy of praise. This community and content is important and brilliant in so many ways. Much love, Helpful Goat, for all that you do. I will always be honored to see and hear you. We are always honored to be seen and heard by you, Chelsea. And again, we are very much a community. We take that part of what we do very, very seriously. The heartbeat of our community. One is here on Twitch, twitch.tv/helpfulgoat. The other is our Discord. If you use exclamation point Discord in chat, you can get a link to join our Discord. It's a great place. It's filled with people like Chelsea, filled with people who really supportive, really encourage everybody to be okay, be happy, be healthy, supporting each other in stuff we're doing in life, supporting each other with trying out new games, trying out just tons of new stuff. So I really encourage you to use that link, join us. We have a great time. With that, I will turn things back over to Andy for the second half.
Sounds good. Hey everyone, welcome back to our stream. I'm trying to think. It's not Goats and Dragons. It's not, no, whatever.
Helpful Goat presents Lore of Aetherra.
Yeah.
Helpful Goat presents Lore of Aetherra, the Lost Druid.
We're playing the adventure Lore of Aetherra, Lost Druid, and it's awesome so far. And we've nearly died, and very happy that we haven't already. Let's kind of jump back in. So far the group, after a night on the lake, seeing kind of this amazing curiosity that's really gotten them energized, coming back in the morning to the docks, they met a young Indosian woman who seemingly has work for them or needs their help. But before she could let them know what's going on, her signet ring was stolen by this dwarf, and then a chase ensued. The dwarf sort of met up with their gang again, and through several very close calls, they were able to get the ring and the money that the dwarf had stolen from Aetherra back. And So here we are, Scow and Astara. You're coming back through the alley. You're making your way back to Rummy, and the kid is sitting on him now. He's poking his nose, and he's just kind of poking him a little bit. And then the kid sees you. Ow! Yeah, he's fine. He's all good. I didn't do anything bad to him. He's starting to bleed out his ear. That's a little weird, but I think he's good. So ice cream.
Scow is looking through the coin purses, or the coin purse section. He's gonna hand 5 gold to. Obviously, he handed you back your money, Astara, but he's gonna hand you 5 gold back. He's gonna put 5 gold in his own pocket. He's gonna hand you 10 silver. Put 10 silver in his own pocket. Sort of look at the remnants. Like, toss 2 silver at the child. Piss off.
2 silver. Fuck.
I mean, you don't have to tell him to piss off. He did a really good job guarding.
Yeah, don't worry, miss. For 2 silver, I'll piss all the way off.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There's a bright lad.
You're gonna grow up to do great things.
Well, we'll see.
I'd recommend focusing on growing up.
Pockets the silver, and he'll run away. He almost kind of runs into one of the Spira guards that are coming down the alley.
Oh, fucking lovely.
No, I called them. It is. Rami's buddies with them, and I wasn't sure if he'd be okay with just a child to guard him.
He comes up, plants his spear in the ground. Oh, what seems to be the trouble?
Somebody tried to cut Rummy in half. I bandaged him.
Rummy?
Yeah, Rummy Figs.
Rummy Figs?
Yeah. Do you know who that is? I thought he knew. I thought he used to be a guard.
They must have cut him in half long ways, because they couldn't cut him in half sideways. That would have taken much longer, because he's wider than he is tall. Anyway, I know Rummy Figs.
Okay.
You're going to see Scow look thoughtful. Halfling.
But where's Rummy? Oh,
he's
shit.
laying on the ground right there.
A pile on the ground. Hold on.
I bandaged him.
Fuck. Well, hold on. I got. Gonna use a little. Gonna give him a healing potion. Yeah, hold on, just a
That'll be
second.
extremely helpful. Thank you.
That'll be 1d4 plus 1, so 4 total. Rummy. That is poured into your mouth. You are awake at 4 hit points.
Oh, that's smart.
I'm so glad you're okay, Rummy.
Oh, look, he's alive again.
Maggie Moon. Full moon, Maggie Moon. Oh, she must have had. She always got a bit rambunctious on full moons. She must have been coming down from one of those rambunctious nights. Oh, to split me in half.
Was that
the way she did?
Was that the largest woman?
Yes, very large, very intense.
To the guard, I believe that woman was a criminal.
Figs, are you messing around with Maggie Moon in a gang?
Oh,
what are you doing?
Do I know this guard?
You do know this guard. Their name is Garrettinu. Garrett, for short.
Garrett. I'm gonna try to kind of sit up, but it still is in pain, so he can't get up. He's just kind of like gets up on his elbow on the ground, like, "Oh, Garrett, former associate. No, I'm not getting involved with Maggie Moon. I just had a little run-in with her and her greatsword here on this dawn of a beautiful day.
So you weren't trying to be involved with her?
Well, no.
Oh, that's good. So I can continue then my update. Officer, you'll find Maggie Moon, I believe it was, extremely dead about 100 yards that way.
Okay. Who's this lad? He points over to the dwarf. The dead dwarf in the side.
Also a member of Maggie Moon's gang.
Right. Everyone who just happens to be dead is a member of the gang, right? And you just want me to turn them all in and I take the credit, yeah? Well, that's awfully sweet of you.
Wait a minute. Maggie's dead.
From the looks of it, quite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. She was quite the woman.
Rummy, she cut you in half?
Yeah, but at our best of times, she was splitting me in half.
Turnabout was fair play.
Okay,
Andy's
anyway,
Andy's freaking out his body. He's like, oh, what does that mean?
I personally don't like my romantic partners to cut me in half, but I'm okay with you being into whatever you're into. But also, I would like you to stay alive, so maybe you could just date people or have sex with people, whatever you and Maggie were doing, who are like a little less dangerous.
Wait till the lads hear about this.
Oh, you don't have to tell the lads, Garrett.
Gotta tell them.
God. Oh, damn it.
Shit. Well, you all best run along. I can take care of the rest.
It's been a really long night.
It has. Should
Even
I try
could
to
use a nap.
stand up? Yeah, I could use some rest, that's for sure.
Should we go return the ring to...
I think that-
Absolutely. That's what got us into this mess, and I will try to stand.
It's not normally for me to suggest the more merciful course of action, but perhaps with some of the funds that our dearly departed friend Maggie Moon had, we could have her buy us breakfast to make up for the nearly killing Rummy part.
I am hungry. Figgy meat is not really food.
It's barely a drink.
I will just take that as a constructive feedback on my home-brewed mead.
You are an optimist, aren't you?
Always try to be.
Were you trying to make it food?
No.
Okay. Good.
I need some healing.
Can't
Can we-
you touch yourself and heal yourself?
Can we? Oh, wait. Is that a whole thing?
I was
Can
going to
we-
suggest just going and like having breakfast as enough for a short
Oh,
rest.
for sure. That's probably a good idea. We probably shouldn't waste
I also like spell
resources.
slots. As in, I
Right,
get
we're
one.
warlock.
One.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's-
that sounds good. Let's go get some meat pies. I think that's what you eat in fantasy settings. That's why I love them in real life as Lena, because I read a lot of fantasy novels. Anyway, let's go get
Also,
some
they're
meat
delicious.
pies for breakfast.
Where's that lady? Was she around here?
What lady?
The lady who we got us into this mess by having her ring stolen.
Oh, the ring lady. I was distracted about the pies.
7 days later we die, that one? No? Okay. Different lady?
Oh, the ring lady. I get it. Oh, Scout, you really have gotten more kind of horror themed since you left the
He
city.
has. Have you seen him fight anybody recently? It's
No.
it's
Scout's
a
just going to look
thing.
at the guard. You should go now. This is the part where you should be going.
Well,
There's a lot of ichor everywhere, and he's pretty scary. He's pretty scary.
Fascinating stuff. Yeah, let's just get away from the guard here. Bye, Garrett. Well, thank you for coming by. It was great to see.
no, thank you. This is the story of the day. I'm gonna wow the others.
Great. That's just great.
You're just gonna see like a Scow's eye flicker just slightly back. Should I make him go away?
No.
No, I think he's going around his own.
No, I get
Well,
the sense that the guard is kind of sticking around by the bodies, right?
It sounds like he's gonna kind of process them and turn them.
We're going away from him.
One thing I would like, Remy's gonna like try to intimidate Garrett into not telling
Oh,
the other
okay.
guards about what happened today. Now you listen here, Garrett. I might be the laughing stock of the City Watch from years back, but that doesn't mean you get to go around and tell them that I almost got killed by my ex-girlfriend this morning. All right?
As I see him launch into this, I do just want to ask, is there anything that I feel like a hex could do that could make Garrett more susceptible to being intimidated by this?
You can give it a try. Yeah, you can cast a hex on him.
Well, I still have it like floating around.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's like, is there...
Mechanically, I think I would lower the DC a tiny bit with
Okay,
this.
so it doesn't really matter what attribute I pick. I was more going like, should I make it wisdom or charisma? I wasn't sure what like kind of contested check it would be, or...
This is mostly a check for Rummy.
So
but, yeah.
just apply it to whatever.
Cool. And then Rummy, give me an intimidation roll. 12. Okay. So he sort of looks you up and down. All right, Rummy, don't get your knickers all twisted like that time back with that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As you know what, I'm gonna get a promotion from this anyway. You don't need to come up in the report, I suppose. You're depriving me of an excellent tavern tale, though. You know this.
Oh, don't I know that indeed?
I could deprive you of more.
Hey, now.
Listen, I'm not here to cause trouble. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yes, it's
Let's
fine.
Go make breakfast.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
you
going to
can
go have some breakfast. Garrett,
Keep your nose clean. All right?
Remy's going to put his hand on Garrett's shoulder and give him kind of this really like heavy scowl. And then it's going to turn into a big smile. Enjoy your promotion, you fucking bastard.
Okay.
And walk away.
All right. So you make your way kind of back to the main part of the docks, into the Bluefin Tavern, which is a shithole, but they have pretty good eggs. At least until recently, when something happened to all the chickens in the docks for some reason.
Not all the chickens.
Not all of them, but a decent amount. And so eggs are a
chickens.
little bit more to come by, and it's gonna be a couple silver per
They have
person.
meat pies.
They do have some meat pies.
I want a meat pie.
As we
Okay.
were walking over, Ska would hand in just sort of a handful 5 gold and 10 silver to Rummy.
Oh, thank you, Scowl. Where did this come from?
Just remembering the character trait, one of the character traits I picked from, the dead body of Maggie Moon.
Oh, I think she did owe me some money anyways. That's great. Thank you.
Also, Scout, you have inspiration for going after Maggie on your own there. That's what Scout would do, and also scary for you. So good job. And yeah, you arrive at the Bluefin Tavern. You order some breakfast. A guy comes in carrying 3 rats, and he goes, more for the meat pies! And he heads into the kitchen.
Delicious.
God.
I'm so glad you decided to eat here. This has been the weirdest fucking night and morning of my life.
And feel free to talk about your next steps. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to read the business card again because I, as Lena, have completely forgotten the bookstore name and her name. And I think a star probably would too after this chaos.
It was Fawn Lee from the Waterleaf Bookshop
Have
in the district of Indas.
Have I been in the Waterleaf Bookshop? I assume I have because I love books.
You spend a lot of time in this district. It's sort of the industrial district. And anyone essentially with a red cloak, you have followed. You've probably followed Fawn back to her bookshop a couple times, sort of trying to understand what's going on. But honestly, it just looks like a pretty run down, incredibly hoarded bookshop. So you've not really gone in too much.
Cool. You're making me sound creepy.
Was that wrong?
No.
Okay, fair enough then.
I am so excited, y'all, though, because we found the water thing and we're going to learn to swim and then dive down into it because I think swimming makes it so you can breathe underwater. I'm not clear on that. I mostly just know about ether stuff. So we're going to do that. And also, this Endosian woman gave me her business card. Well, she gave it to us. I think that's a really good sign. They've never wanted to talk to me before, and they don't like it when I break into their library.
Point of order, it could be most useful if she doesn't really remember who you are at any point in the proceedings.
Yeah, I don't think she does. I mean, I just have a face, right? One of those faces.
How many
Usually.
times have you / has Remy helped you break into their library?
I try to do it on like a monthly basis, you know?
Okay.
Sometimes I get further than other times.
Yes, I think Skull has the right idea, Astara. These library break-ins, while I'm more than happy to help you with them, they've been getting more and more close in terms of close calls.
Yeah, really close. Next time I was gonna try driving pitons into the building and see if we can climb in. That's why I've got all this rope.
Piton,
I think it might
funny word. Yeah, that could work, indeed.
We're getting really close to getting that info that they're hiding in there. I don't know why they won't just tell me things.
So where are we going? Are we going to the bookstore? Or are we getting breakfast somewhere?
No, we're eating.
We're in the
breakfast
process
right
of
now.
breakfast.
Also, we're short resting right now, so you
Okay.
should.
I roll some
yeah.
dice.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I wasn't just going to have us go like, yeah, let's go off to the next phase of this adventure. That seems like a thing that Remy will 100% survive. Also, I'd like my 1 spell slot, please and thank you.
You got it. Short rest completed.
My hit die is a
I
paladin.
just mean generally because I've been looking through... Yeah, you're a D10.
Yeah.
D10.
I've been looking through all the characters. I'm like, yeah, okay, so I'll have a couple of spells, blah, blah, blah. Just settled on Warlock. I'm like, right. 1 spell slot.
How many? So I have, but I only have 1 hit die right now at level 1, right?
Correct.
All right, so I'm good. 2d10. 7, not too bad.
Plus your Constitution modifier, if you have one.
Oh, +1. That gets me up to 12, my max.
Beautiful.
Yay.
I feel
Oh,
fully
man.
recovered. Fantastic.
I was really worried about you.
Oh, thank you, dear Astara. I appreciate your concern, but I think I was always destined to survive my last run-in with Maggie Full Moon.
Would you like the greatsword? Is that kind of...
Ha! Oh! No, thank you. You can keep it.
I'm just going to look around this, like, restaurant. Would anyone care to purchase a greatsword?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. And you see an old guy in the corner. He doesn't have one of his eyes, and he's only got about 4 or 5 teeth. I got to impress the ladies somehow.
A lady was using this to be quite impressive until recently, so I think this should work well for you.
Well, good then. I'll take it. I got about 15 silver on me.
Okay, no.
Well, fuck it off then. Then he throws some fish at you.
Okay.
Did you just eat raw fish, Skull?
Why not?
Did he used to do this?
He didn't. He never ate raw fish. He liked sushi, though.
Sushi's a little different.
It is, isn't it?
Anyway, let's go to the bookstore. I think this might finally be my end with the Order of Endas. I think maybe they're coming round to giving me the information I want.
Isn't your normal inn with them a crowbar?
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes. It's, it's getting there. It's getting there.
Oh, this will just...
Sometimes I try to make them my friends, but that doesn't last very long.
Just give it time, Astara. Keep being your brave, persuasive, knowledgeable self, and I'm sure we'll get you through their doors in no time.
Definitely two of those things. Let's go.
All right. So you head to the District of Indus and the Waterleaf Bookshop. A wooden sign always or sways gently on two chains above a lighted storefront. Upon it, you see the image of an old oak tree within the alchemical symbol of water, and in faded black lettering, the word Waterleaf. Through the soft glow of the shop windows, you see what might have once been a thriving business, cluttered with rows of bookshelves piled high with books, yet somehow appearing organized and precise. Behind a rugged desk sits Fawn Lee. Stacks of papers surround her as she writes in a ledger. And as you enter the bookshop, the old wooden door of the storefront creaks open, jingles a small bell near its frame. Inside the shop, the musty smell of wood and mildew permeates throughout. It's warm and inviting. The overtopping bookshelves offer a sense of safety, almost. The rows are arranged with just enough space for a person to walk through, but books take up every spare inch. Lanterns hang from the vaulted rafters. Orange light flickers throughout the shop as you move through the bookstore, and wooden floorboards groan beneath your feet. You notice along the walls and shelves that there are many detailed runic engravings and foreign symbols, inferring a sense of something ancient. A filigree in every corner of the shop that quietly whispers the mystery of its name, Waterleaf. Fawn, behind the desk, sort of says, and she closes the ledger. Hello again. Do you remember me from the docks?
What are the approximate odds that the three of us would walk into here if we did not remember you?
Of course, yes. I suppose you're right. What can I do for you? Were you able to get the ring back?
Ha
Scout got it because he's amazing and not at all terrifying, and we're just so honored to meet somebody of the Order of Indus who wants to speak to us about things, about all the things that we want. We're so honored. Here's your Scout. You should give her ring back.
This guy's gonna sort of pull the ring out, start to hand it back. Just look at it, pull it back, wipe, turn around, wipe. Please don't mind any blood and/or ichor.
That's odd, but yes, I understand.
We're very glad to have retrieved your ring for you, Miss Lee. As you might notice, I nearly got splintered in half chasing it down.
My goodness, that's amazing. You don't look splintered in half now, I suppose. You look decent.
Right, but you can tell from my eyes, right, that it's the look of a man who just got nearly cut in half by a greatsword by an ex-girlfriend.
I know that look very well.
Oh.
So tell us about Aether.
Diving right in.
Wow.
Everything.
Well, what do you want to know? There's so much. I've been studying it for so long.
Everything that the Order knows.
Everything that we know. That's so much. I don't
start with some headlines, Astara. We'll have time. We're establishing a connection, a relationship here. We're networking, and hopefully we'll have a long-term relationship during which we can exchange all sorts of information. Right?
Right. I'm sorry, I get a little intense. Just tell us almost everything, and then you can tell us the rest after lunch.
Right. Well, Ether, it's an unusual but very powerful substance. It was discovered deep underground and beneath the waters throughout the land of Aetherra.
Oh,
In
under
its
the waters.
Yes, in its natural state, ether is dense from pressure and gold in color. So what else? When a source of heat is applied, ether can turn into a powder form and glows a magnificent sparkling blue. You've never seen anything like it.
You might be surprised.
Clean blue from heat, you say?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Um.
And tell me, how did the Chrysalians use this?
Oh, that's amazing. Well, the Chrysalians would use it for. They would weave it into their architecture of this very town. They would imbue magical items with it. I believe they would even.
No, you're not understanding my question. I'm sorry, that was confusing.
Oh.
How did they do those things?
Oh dear, you are now asking the correct questions. That is amazing, and honestly, there is so much about it that we don't even know yet.
But tell me everything that the Order does now.
She's not going to stop. You've encouraged her.
Would you like to see some?
Yes, I would love that.
And at this, she sort of looks around, and then comes around the other end of the desk and kind of disappears almost into the rows and rows of books. And she says, "Just one moment, please wait there." And you hear her slide a couple of books off the shelf. And then very quickly she turns around the corner, comes back. Were you doing anything while she was gone, or just kind of waiting?
Do I see any interesting books on shelves? Right in the area?
Right. You can give me an investigation check if you'd like.
19.
Ooh, 19. Yeah, I mean, you could take a peek at the ledger that's open that she was using, or if you're just looking kind of at the books on the shelves, there's a couple that kind of catch your eye. One of them is called The 27. And then the other one is called The Bells of Lament. Just the name of it sounds somewhat familiar to you for some reason.
I mean, to sort of just wave my fingers, and a floating spectral hand will appear at that book and sort of carefully pull it down and float it back over to me.
Okay. As you're doing that, she comes back around the corner and quickly runs up and tries to catch the book from you.
If she's trying to take it back, I won't stop it. I wasn't trying to steal it or even do this surreptitiously. I was just browsing.
Yeah. Yep. She. Sorry, I should have mentioned this. Please, before you remove any of the books, please go ahead and ask exactly about the book. She seems pretty nervous about it. But and she has a small little bag with her, and she goes over to the desk. And again, she's kind of looking out all the windows, doesn't see anyone on the streets. It's raining outside. And she just sprinkles some powder kind of onto onto kind of a small black cloth that she's laid out on the desk. It's sort of almost a yellowish, a little bit gold almost color to it. This is ether.
That's amazing.
It is. Again, in this form, it doesn't do much, but if I were to apply a little heat and it were to glow, a few of us have simply even tried it, consuming it.
Should I eat it?
Not in this form, please. But if if ever you find yourself with it and you are in need of a little help in a fight, this might not be a bad situation to get yourself in.
Can I have it?
Well, actually, I do need some help with something.
We helped already. We brought you your ring. We're extremely helpful.
Of course, this is something that not anyone can do. And as she looks around, the rest of you sort of look around as well. You do see two guards of the Spira outside, and they're kind of a little raucous with each other, sort of pushing and shoving each other a little bit. They actually look like they might have been drinking slightly on the job.
It's like
and at that she's picking up the ether very quickly and putting it back in the little pouch and then disappearing back into the
Rummy, are
books.
any of the guards in this town fucking sober? Ever?
Sometimes, usually at the beginning of their shifts.
It's 9 a.m.
Indeed.
And at this, you see one of the guards coming up to the windows, and he's just like looking in the windows.
I'll take care of them.
It's a lit store, and
And he goes up toward the front of the door, and you say you're gonna take care.
Remy will go out and kind of go out the door and try to like keep them outside of the shop.
Yeah, go ahead. So you open the door quickly, and you kind of meet him at there, and there are two guards that you don't recognize. This must be sort of Indos district guards or something like that,
or younger guards,
or really young, or you had never seen them. You didn't meet amazing tons of these people, but
wait, so Indos is a district.
It's a district.
It's also
in
an order, right? An order of Indos.
Indeed, yeah.
So
Spira is another of these sort of three main orders.
And so do they seem like guards of the Order of Spira that are assigned to the district of Indos,
or at least find themselves in it? Yeah, you're not exactly sure.
Okay.
But one of them comes up and is like, "Yeah, as you approach, what fucking happened in here? Waterleaf bookshop? I ain't seen people in it for a while. What are you doing?"
Ha ha! Pleasure to meet you both. Guards of the city of Fano.
I know.
I know that. I
know.
almost got split in half this morning, so I'm just still recovering.
Was it buying a girlfriend?
It was indeed, actually, but never mind that. What do you mean, what's going on here? It's just a standard bookshop here in the city of Fano?
There's 3 customers in Waterleaf? I don't think so. No one goes in here.
Well, more like...
basically abandoned.
Well, indeed, but between you and me, it's more like 2 customers and 1 bodyguard dwarf.
Ah, you're a bodyguard, are you?
In a sense, yes.
You don't look so tough. In fact, you look kind of like a pushover to me.
Do I indeed? Remy is trying to intimidate them by walking up super close and giving them an intimidating scowl.
From inside, Scow is gonna sort of look over. I think this is going about as badly as it did when he ran into Maggie Moon.
I'll have you know that I have years of experience as a guard in this here city. Member of the City Watch, I'll tell you that much. I'm not to be played with, sir.
You're a guard? Who the fuck are you? Never seen you before in my life.
Just gonna go.
Never
At any
mind.
point, feel free to give an give a intimidation.
13.
13, okay. You're trying to kind of muscle up to these guys. One of them kind of taps the other one on the shoulder. Listen, we don't need to make you waves. We can go on our way. He's like, no, not yet. I'll see what this little squirt can do. He kind of pushes you. You kind of hit back against the doors of the bookshop. And at this, Fondly has come back out of the bookshelves and is like, oh, what is he doing?
He's
starting some fun.
I think he's trying to get them to leave.
Okay, well, leave would be good, yes. Please don't fight Spira on my doorstep.
Well, I don't know if he knows that you wouldn't like that.
Incidentally, Scow is whistling again as he heads out the door.
All right. Astara, you see Fawn then take a book off the shelf, and without her eyes even leaving what's going on at the front, she opens it up, and in the book there's carved out pages so that a dagger fits very nicely in it, and she just removes the dagger and shuts the book and puts it on the bookshelf.
You have ether. Why do you need a dagger?
Because I have ether. She puts it, kind of hides it away just a little bit. Yeah, and then he pushed you. Rummy, what do you want to do?
Rummy will just kind of stand there and smile at him. It was a nice little shove, wasn't it? Felt more like a nudge, but it was good.
Aye, fair enough. Oh shit.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I rolled a 1. He goes to shove you again, and you just sort of like tilt just sideways and sliding off your armor. He immediately slams into one of the panes of glass on the door itself, breaks it, pulls his hand back, and it's just all bloody.
And this is Scowl had exited and kind of through that door, right, Galway?
Yep.
So
Yeah, and then
maybe either.
As soon as that happens, Scow, you're now opening the door and coming out as well. Fuck, you did that on purpose.
Oh,
Seems.
are we having a little bit of fun, lads?
Oh, we're having a little bit of fun with Butterfingers here, who just somehow knocked his hand through the window on the door.
I will say on Scow's face as the rain hits it, it just looks like mascara running at this point.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, some fun, is it?
Scow, go ahead and give me an intimidation check with advantage as you and Rummy now seem to feel pretty good about your situation. 14. At this, the other guard is, come on. We don't need any of this. And the one just takes his hand and just wipes the blood on your armor there, Rummy, from his hand, which is still bleeding. That didn't do anything. He goes, I'll be looking out for you, dwarf. Oh, I'll be looking out for you. He kind of wraps his hand a little bit in some cloth and starts to take off.
And as they're walking away, Rummy's like, yeah, that's right. Be on the lookout for Rummy Figs and his Frick friend, Scowlin. We're the Frick friends, that's who we are. Frick, the Fano Reserve Initiants Corps. Just in case anybody was wondering.
Okay.
It's like their version of ROTC.
Yeah. All right. Actually, so they disappear into the rain. They seemingly will leave you alone at the moment then. And Fawn, as you step back inside from the rain, Fawn replaces that dagger into the book, closes it up, puts it back on the shelf. Thank you. I appreciate that. We don't need any more attention.
Fucking boring.
Well, listen.
Boring?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Well, listen. Please follow me. We can't speak up here.
Sure, yeah. You're gonna tell us all about ether now?
Oh, darling, if I get what I think we can out of this, there'll be so much more.
Oh, that's so exciting. I've been studying it for 10 years, and I try to get information from the Order, but you never wanted to give me any. So I'm so glad that you're finally coming around.
So, yeah, Fawn leads you to the back room.
Could I perhaps, while we're having our conversation, a little chat, just look at that book that I noticed earlier?
Which one was it? Do you remember the name?
Is it something in Lament?
The Bell's Lament.
Bell's Lament.
Oh. That one. Do you need it? Why that one? The Bells of Lament. Sorry.
Bells of Lament. I feel like as I'm standing there, I'm just sitting and now dry, and like there are just still sort of ichor tears running down. Do you want to take a wild guess, or can you just sort of, you know?
Give me a persuasion check.
11.
You don't seem bad. Listen, you can look at it while you're here. Please, I can't loan it to you. And please don't tell anyone that I have it. It's a death sentence, if they knew.
Given that we're going to someplace that's not on the main floor to have our conversation that we can't have up in public, it would seem that the book that's a death sentence perhaps should be in that location, not here.
Sure, but no one comes in. If you hide it out right here, no one's going to look through all these books.
You know, those guards did say that the shop is typically abandoned. Why is that?
We haven't had people come lately. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of need for knowledge these days.
Knowledge is like a drug.
Right. Agreed. I think we're going to get along.
Persuade most people to be more in favor of it, you realize. And at this, the mage hand is going to pull the book out and just sort of drift after me.
Andy, have I heard of this book? Would I know anything about this? Keeping in mind that I am a sage, so when I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if I don't know that information, I know where to find it. So if I don't know this, I know where to find why it's... I don't know whatever it's going for with that. Anyway, do I know?
Give me a history check.
10.
No. I mean, the name sounds kind of normal. It sounds like a fictional rundown of a town with bells in it. Who knows?
Hey, Fawn, speaking of knowledge being a drug, what's so dangerous about that book?
Not here, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure, you can tell us wherever you're taking us.
To the point, though, if talking...
Scout, just let it go.
I'm not going to drop the book.
Please, just bring the book with us. It's fine.
The hand is just still floating over my shoulder.
I didn't mean literally let the book go, Scout. It's an idiom.
Is it? Fair.
I love that Lena's explaining that to us. Out of all the characters Lena plays, metaphors and idioms are not. Anyway,
out of the characters Lena plays,
out of Lena. So Fawn leads you to the back room, which at first appears to be used just for storage, and she pushes aside a few crates filled with dusty books, rolls of ratty old a rug revealing an iron latch on the floor, and she pulls up the latch, and the floorboards creak open to reveal a trapdoor and a flight of stairs that descend into darkness. Fawn fetches a nearby lantern off the wall and starts to climb down into the stairway, and she motions for you to follow.
I will eagerly follow her. I have dark vision, not that it matters.
At this, the hand is going to sort of pass over me on the stairs, give me the book, and I'm just going to start flipping through it.
Remy's following Aetherra.
All right.
Scow's whistling again, but this time it's a different tune.
Nice.
In fact, Remy might, as the star is going, maybe Remy might kind of put his arm out and say like kind of gesture, like I'll go first.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You can go first. Just please don't get cut in half again.
I'll try my best. Not to. Ha.
Indeed. All right. So she gets down there, places the lantern on the ground. Gently brings her palms together in front of her face and starts to kind of slowly recite. Do you know who the Oleanders were?
Do we?
I was going to say, does Scow?
Whoever wants to, give me a history check.
I got an 18 that time.
Nice.
12.
Yeah, I mean, it almost sounds familiar, Scout, but you can't quite place it. And Aetherra, that's interesting. That's really interesting. You think that the Oleanders were just an ancient order who also were quite into studying the ether. Hearing about them, this sort of long past order, made you kind of curious just yourself about what's possible with ether. They were a group of wizards. You can't remember who they were led by, but the Oleanders were a group of wizards, and they trained and perfected their craft. And yeah, you feel like there's more that you were told, but you can't quite place a little bit of it. But you do kind of recall a little bit of this.
I've heard a little bit about them. Not a whole lot.
Yes, well, I'm looking for someone who goes by the name Gilgazo.
Sun type?
No, the name Gilgazo.
Oh, fair.
Looking into Fano and Crisol Lake's history, this name kept cropping up, and I have reason to believe they might still be around.
Does that name seem familiar to me at all? Especially with any orders I might have been given by my lady?
Yes, the name does sound a bit familiar, which is interesting. She goes on and says, I was studying in the library when I came across some crucial information. And after years of searching with the help of Fyren, I think we were able to figure out a location hidden where Gilgazo might be, and I need someone to go there, and if the stories are true, bring him back.
Because he's an... I already forgot the word you said. Oleandrian? Oleander. Because he's an Oleander?
If it's true, if he's still there, if he's still alive, he holds so many secrets.
About ether?
Yes.
And about the Chrysalians?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I will totally go find him.
Okay, well, there's a grotto called Broken Top Bay.
Not at all ominous.
Yeah, well, this is why I've not been able to seemingly get anyone to go. But listen, I know it's dangerous. I know it's very hard. You will need a ship. You will need a sturdier ship than the one I saw you sailing in on.
It's not ours, anyways.
Okay, good. And I can give you 100 gold pieces each.
Oh wow, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's not that much money. No.
Half now, and half upon the return of Gilgazo.
Sure, yeah, totally. We'll bring Gilgazo back. Yes, not just go find him. So tell me more about the book and why it's dangerous, and also tell me more about why I can't have the ether that you have, because I thought you were going to offer me the ether in exchange for whatever you wanted done. I feel like that was implied.
Listen, my sincerest gratitude to each of you brave souls. And then she moves over to a bookshelf across the room. She motions for you to follow her.
As we're doing that, Scow's going to sort of pause. Rami, I think there might have been a small, just very, very, very slight error made in letting the most enthusiastic of us handle the negotiations.
Well, maybe, but maybe not. Negotiations are still in play. We'll see what happens. What do you need me to do or say?
None. It's fine.
No, I have decent charisma. I can try to be persuasive with her.
I just feel like you say that to Scow. It's just like, uh-huh.
You're going to hear in your head, Rummy, you're going to hear, persuade her into giving me the ether.
In my head, eh?
Yep.
Interesting.
So are we still? We're still downstairs?
Yeah, she's walked over to a bookcase and she's kind of asked you to follow her. That's it right now.
Yes, of course.
I'm following her.
We'll follow you right over here and listen.
Why are you narrating what you're doing?
Because I'm stalling for time. But now I'm about to not be stalling because I'm about to say what I've come over here to say to you, which is...
Could just say it too, that's fine.
Indeed. How about just a little bit of the ether in turn for us recovering your ring and me almost outright dying at the beginning of this campaign?
Give me a persuasion check. With advantage, since you are very much telling the truth. 12. And
that is...
Oh, that was advantage.
Advantage, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, the persuasion plus. I get it. With a 12, she sort of looks at all of you. And she kneels at the end of the bookshelf. She moves a few stacks of books off the top of a chest sitting on the floor. She blows a thin layer of dust from the surface, and you see a black wooden chest that has ornate golden borders and appears to glimmer in reaction to her touch.
Promising.
Coming to life kind of in sparkling mystery. And as Fawn lifts the latches, she whispers a phrase, causing the runic symbols upon the chest lid to glow brightly. Give me a perception check. See if you can hear it.
13.
13. You can't quite make it out.
Can I try to hear
whispered. Please, yeah.
Lost my cursor. 10.
Yeah, it's Rummy's making a lot of noise at the moment, sort of with his armor and just kind of,
I feel like as he's doing it, like narrating him bustling over.
Yeah. You don't hear the phrase, unfortunately. But once the chest is open, she removes 2 objects and gently places them on the table in front of you. An ordinary small leather pouch and a pyramid-shaped onyx stone. And she says, "Look, I'm not sure what this pyramid thing is, but I have reason to believe that you will need it in order to access Gilgazo. Here, take it with you.
Do I feel like I recognize it or anything? I mean, it matches my color scheme.
It certainly does. Yeah, give me a history check.
History or Arcana?
Yeah, either. I think will work. Slightly different.
12. God, I miss guidance.
Right, yeah.
This is the first character I've played in a long ass time that doesn't have guidance.
It's shiny and smooth, roughly the size of an open hand. And each of its 5 points can be twisted to pivot into 3 different positions.
So does this thing consume souls?
Can I see it?
God, I hope not.
I'll toss it over to you.
I'm gonna cast Identify on it.
Oh. Do you have a pearl of, was it 1,000 gold? No, 100 gold piece.
It's not consumed.
You still require it if it has a specific gold piece.
Do you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have taken the spell. I'm taking a different spell. I'm gonna look up the spells now.
Feel free to look up spells. You're good.
Okay, and instead I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it is absolutely magical. It's got a bit of divination, but also kind of something else in there that feels just sort of ancient, almost pre the schools of magic itself.
So we've got one mysterious onyx pyramid. Potentially helps us find Gilgazo, doesn't consume souls, which, to be fair, a little disappointing. And then we've got a leather pouch.
Is there anything else magical in here also? I'm gonna kind of wander around so I'm within 30 feet of everything. I'm not gonna waste the spell.
The bag that is glowing is very magical, and there's a little bit of glow from the chest itself and other things that are in the chest.
So there's an onyx pyramid?
Yes.
Okay. Figgy's interested in that. Maybe. If
Sure.
it would be considered stonework. Let me roll stone cutting.
It is wrought from mineral.
Remy makes an intelligence whenever. So if I were to make a history check on it,
Yeah.
related to the origin of stonework, I'm considered proficient in the history skill, and I add double my proficiency bonus to the check. So if I did a history check on it, would you let me apply the stone cutting?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Also, you can tell it is Chrysalian.
It is
in make.
Chrysalian.
Yeah.
So I
Interesting.
add double my proficiency to what
Yeah.
I'm about to roll. History 7 plus 4, 11.
With an 11, honestly, the way that the tips of it sort of rotate, you think that this is some sort of puzzle key or something, and you just need to find kind of the right combination of things.
The right combination of things?
Of images of where the tips should be twisted, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And again, it's magical. It's Chrysalian to make.
I'd relay that to my compadres.
Oh, it's Chrysalian?
It's Chrysalian, yes. It's a puzzle key.
That's fascinating.
So again, we've got one object that's designed to get us to Gilgazo, and we've got one bag.
Yeah, what's in the bag?
Well, she hands it forward.
Is it ether?
It is ether.
Oh, I was just being annoying.
A small bag of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Is
You may need
this payment?
Call it what you will. It's yours now.
I think it's helping us not die on the way to getting Gilgazo.
I didn't want to say that out loud, but yes.
Why would we die on the way? I thought we were just gonna go find a guy, have a chat.
Did you miss the entire part where she's not been able to get anyone to do this?
I thought it's because they didn't care about knowledge.
Well, They don't care enough about knowledge.
Clearly.
And there's the other shoe.
And at this, Fawn abruptly stops speaking almost mid-sentence, holds her breath as you hear the bell of the shop door jingle upstairs. Her eyes slowly move from yours to the floorboards above. Who was last one down?
I thought it was her.
She was first.
I thought she had opened it and waited for us.
Oh, no, yeah. She opened it and then
She was
went on
first,
down.
then me, then Aetherra, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will say if I was last, I absolutely would have closed the door over. If I just thought she was like, in my mind, that scene was her gesturing us down.
Yeah, no worries. I just want to make sure that maybe someone, closed it.
No.
And certainly I think Scout.
Absolutely would have been like, secret door, time to close this. Yeah.
That's cool. Her eyes slowly move from yours to the floorboards above, which now groan with a rhythmic cadence and dusting fine particles into her brown curls above.
There's a whip in Scow's hand.
All right.
She's gonna hear my voice in her head. You look alarmed? Should I be alarmed?
You then hear the latch.
Just nod if I should prepare an attack.
She looks over at you and nods slightly. I'm
gonna prepare whatever the frick my cantrip is. I'm not on that page because I'm looking for a new spell. Ray of Frost. I'm gonna prepare Ray of Frost.
Okay. You hear a click and the latch, and then the of the trapdoor above, and then sounds of footsteps coming down.
Remy's preparing his battle axe.
From the darkness of the stairwell emerges a figure. Unusually tall, but an elf, with vivid red hair. And you hear them say, "Oh, darling, where are you, cutie?" And then immediately, as she sees the rest of you, she is just about to go for her crossbow on the side of her hip when she sees several of you also ready for a fight.
Can't recommend touching a weapon with a hand you want to keep.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, taking off someone's hand before they shoot you is okay. You're correct.
This is Fyron.
Oh, you mentioned this person before.
Yes, an assistant of sorts of mine.
Assistant.
And
My
Fyron
assistant doesn't call me those names.
Fyron moves to the glow of the lantern, where Fawn is, and she's also wearing a crimson cloak of the Indos.
You're another order person.
That might have been also, Rummy, that might have been sort of job performance feedback for you.
2 in 1 day.
Wait, does she want me to call her cutie or not?
Unclear.
I'm so excited to meet you.
Yeah, she's got a pair of glasses on. She's wearing leather armor. Her crossbow is just right up front, hanging from her belt. She's not hiding this at all. But she also sort of loosens her gaze a little bit when she sees Fawn.
So you will see Scout. So quick point of order. Not fun?
Not fun, sorry. Boring, I think. I think boring is where we're at now.
This isn't boring. This is the best day I've had in like 20 years or something.
Scout goes back to reading.
Amazing.
Goes back to flipping through the book.
Could we all calm down a minute and please?
I don't think I can calm down.
Let me know what's going on.
Apparently nothing fun.
Steps up. Fyron, I think I found people for it. And Fyron looks over at the rest of you. These individuals. Yes. They seem like good people. That one nearly got cut in half by an ex-girlfriend. I don't know what that means.
I sure did.
You're reading a little bit too much into it. For once, something from Rummy about an ex-girlfriend was not a euphemism. Literally, large woman, great sword. This one, in fact, cutting nearly half.
And Yes, we are the people that Miss Lee is referring to, and we're what are we called? Perhaps Astara and the Frick Friends. Put that to a vote later.
Oh god,
Astara
no.
and the Frick Friends.
I see.
Maybe if we start a band.
Well,
Cannot play any instruments or sing.
That's fine. We'll get you lessons, and you'll take to any
I
instrument.
don't have time for that. I need to take swimming lessons.
Do
Well, fair.
Wails of Torment count as singing?
Ooh, they could. Depends on the genre.
Yeah.
Well, we could be an emo band with your ichor turning into mascara in the rain.
Anyway,
Back to book.
so tell me about. I see your lovely red cloak. Tell me everything.
She means that quite literally.
well, I am Fyron Aetherra, and I don't know exactly my place in what is happening. And Fawn takes like her hand and like sort of rubs it a little bit. Listen, you know I can't go. Can you go with them? Please.
I'd
They'll
love for you to come with us.
They'll need you, and this one will ask many questions of you.
So many.
Tell them what you want. I
Tell
trust
me
you.
everything, whether you want to or not.
Okay, well, they'll need a boat.
That's
Fyron.
exciting.
And then Fawn says, I gave them ether to take with you.
For me, it's mine. She gave me ether.
She gave you ether.
Yes.
I
For me.
think that was designed to keep all of us alive, more than just.
I can't use this. I have to study this.
Fyron pulls back her hand just a little bit. Fine. I suppose they'll die if I don't, so.
Hey, excuse me. Rummy is very good at keeping me alive, usually.
He sounds like it.
At this, Scow is gonna like look up from the book. Oh, I like this one.
Wait a minute. Was that sarcasm? Was that sarcasm?
Yes.
No, wasn't sarcasm, darling. No, of course
not. It's not as funny if you don't explicitly identify it to him.
You know
That
what?
is funny.
And Brem's gonna take a moment to like. This is actually a weird moment, like in I Heart Huckabees, when Jason Schwartzman's character is at the dinner table with the conservative family, and he's about to like get into a fight, and instead he just kind of like centers himself. This is kind of some of Remy's paladin identity coming through,
Okay.
where he's about to kind of take offense, but instead he just breathes and says, "Quite right, quite right," in response to nothing in particular.
So I can see that maybe perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot, and I want to apologize for that. I know I'm a little intense. I'm just very excited about knowledge, and I didn't mean anything harmful by it. I'm extremely confident. I'm competent. I'm both. I will definitely be finding this line.
Line.
I'm not taking notes because it's a one-shot, and I probably should be taking notes.
Gilgazo? Are you talking about the name of the...
Finding the Skilgazo and asking them a whole lot of questions. You don't have to worry about that at all.
Did we ever wonder if Gilgazo wanted to be found by them? Fyron, please. Make friends. I'm trying.
Are you?
Generally,
I
when
will
I'm asked,
try.
generally when I'm asked to find people, their desire to be found or not is not so much the central issue. Just saying.
True. And do we need to leave now? Yes, that would be best. If you can, the Bluefin Tavern will have captains. Someone will be willing to go, I'm sure, with enough coin. I'll go. It's fine. I'll go. Of course I'll go. Just
Just
sad to leave a little bit is all.
just have a quick question, and then you two can be touching with each other. It's very
Lovely.
cute. You didn't actually tell me how to use the ether, and this isn't just professional curiosity. I think I need to know that.
I am, again, looking up for the book. I'm also in favor of the part where it helps us not die. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and Fawn will go over and shut the chest, put it back, and kind of put a few more books and scrolls on it. I mean, the ether can probably be used for many things, but all we know how to do right now is if you were to heat it and consume it. That's something.
What does that do?
And something is...
Well, it varies a little bit, but it helps in a fight, certainly, always. Until the fight is over, and then you're very, very tired from it, but it certainly helps in a fight.
When I said knowledge was a drug, I didn't mean that I do real drugs.
Well, no one's been addicted to it yet or anything, so I think you're fine.
I think the real question here is how well does ether pair with figgy mead?
No.
Yes, that was the real question.
For the love of Christ, stop humoring these people.
Also, you still haven't answered my question about the book and why that's bad. Why the book is bad.
Well, when you come back, you can read it. I'll even let you borrow it.
All
I think
right.
it'll be self-explanatory.
Will you also get me into the library, the Order's library?
I'll try. Honestly, if you bring back this druid, I'll fucking make you into the Order itself.
Well, that probably won't. I don't think. For a number of reasons, that will go very well. Just a number of reasons, but if you can get me into the library and let me just live there for a few months, that would be ideal.
Yes, maybe an honorary kind of consultant position. We can iron out the details later with a contract. And
I am amenable to such things.
Beautiful.
Step 1, find a captain.
Right.
Find a captain?
Yes.
We need a ship to get to the place with the Gilgazi.
Well, maybe we could take Bori's boat.
Already specified it needs to be bigger.
Exactly. This one is listening. Yes.
Less inclined to slap you off of it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So step 1, captain plus boat. Step 2, get to the place. Step 3, find the person. Step 4,
ask the person.
Extract information from the person, like
if he's amenable
from a bottle.
Yes.
He doesn't have to be amenable. It's all right.
This is entirely correct. He does. Amenable is really not a factor here. I assume you understood that when you were, retaining my services. Step 5. Come back here.
And you get the rest of the gold.
Step 6. She's literally never going to leave you alone again.
I think we're going to be fast friends.
You're going to be together a lot.
Astara and the Fast Frick friends, right?
We will workshop this later.
All right.
So she leads you back upstairs, kind of looks around, and then motions everyone up, shuts the trap door behind you. Thank you.
No fun.
Please, go with haste, but be careful.
Haste but careful is my middle name.
That's a really long middle name.
You almost got cut in half like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I was a bit more hasty than careful at the time.
You step out into the rain. Fyron, sort of looking up, she grabs the umbrella, puts it up again. She seems pretty cautious about not getting wet, but she is pretty well, manicured to a certain extent. And as you step out into the rain and Fawn waves by from her bookshop, I think we're going to... No, we're not going to end it there. There's a fucking guard over there. And he's going to try to attack you because you cut his hand.
Oh, no, he cut his own hand.
Yeah, his
That's
own
not
hand.
what he said. So the guard charges. Let's all go ahead and roll initiative. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom.
I'm switching out identify for charm person, just so you know.
Astara, you're first. You see a guard. You just hear him. I'll fucking kick you. I'll kick you to death. He's certainly been drinking, and he's alone at this point, but he's charging you.
That's extremely inefficient.
How far away from me is he?
At this point, about 20 feet.
Right.
Sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit there. 25 certainly hits for 2 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage. Beautiful. Thanks.
And the 10-foot movement
10
reduction.
foot reduction, which is beautiful. And I'm going to move 30 feet away from him and be like, hey, excuse me, I don't know you. Get away from me. And also, I'm busy.
All right. Fyron is going to go ahead and very quickly the crossbow comes out and she shoots. It just goes wide though. And she goes, well, that sucks. Puts it back on her belt, keeps the umbrella up. Scow.
You have some fucked up priorities.
It's nice hair.
So nice to have some fun. And at this Scow's eyes have gone jet black again. With a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on him.
Okay.
Targeting Strength. And Whip.
All right.
16 for 10 damage.
16 hits. You whip over at him. Galway, you get the second one. Paint me a picture of how you kill this guard now.
So as he gets hit by this ice, and I'm just sort of picturing it's been raining and it starts to get slick, and he's just charging towards us, the whip is just going to coil out, get around his neck, and as he just sort of slides back, you're just going to see, like, Scout step and just yank, and just hear a sharp crack, and the body just flops to the ground. Can no one in this fucking town stay up for more than, like, 10 seconds? Fucking fine. And at this, I'm gonna walk over and I'm just like rifling through his possessions.
I'd like to say that when the guard was running to attack, Rummy was still kind of in that mode that he got into in the store, and so he did that. I'm kind of trying to make his low initiative roll
makes sense.
Narratively makes sense. That he just kind of was very relaxed and also entertained at kind of the little scuffle that just happened, and he just has this big smile on his face, like Fano, I love this city.
Fyron pushes open the door a bit. Fawn, darling, would you mind? And Fawn, yes. The rest of you can go. I'll take care of this. And she's dragging the guard inside.
So I will say that as she starts dragging the guard inside, Scow is just crouched over it and is just kind of duck walking along with the body, going through his things, peeling layers of clothing. I'm not done with this.
I don't think we need to loot everybody we find.
Oh, of course you do.
They're dead. The fuck they gonna do with it?
I mean, I guess nothing.
Right. Give me an investigation check.
9. I'd also like to again highlight, just going into this, because I have the personality trait and I can't remember what it was, but of has absolutely no respect for dead bodies, or any of the normal sort of compunctions around them. I am just rifling through his shirt, I'm just sort of stripping him down.
Yeah, he's clad in armor. He has a shield of Spira, that's bears a half blue and half gold flame insignia. He's got just a bit of coin, and other than that, not much on him. He has a light crossbow on his back, and a spear.
Well, so now I have a light crossbow and a spear.
Fair enough.
I'm going to sort of look at Rummy. You like this sort of thing? Do you want the shield?
Remy's looking at the symbol of Spira on the shield, and
it's the most notable symbol in all of Fano. I suggest burying it with him.
yes, I would do that. And Remy, as a former kind of guard himself, would you let me kind of casually do a search of the body also, especially since he was trying to pick in a fight with Remy earlier.
I'm just like waddle, like I said, I'm just sort of duck walking my way into the building, like not.
Yeah.
I'll just see if I can find anything.
That is a critical success.
Yeah, it's a small moment, but this is the kind of D&D moment of like cosmic, like it feels right. Remy, former member of the Order of Spira, would just walk over, try to take a look, see if there's anything that Scowl missed.
Indeed, there's a slight secret pouch that individuals sometimes have. This guard of Spira has that pouch.
Are they marsupials?
And in that pouch, a small, what looks to be almost a small snuff box.
Snuff box?
Yeah. And opening that, there's just a little bit of gold dust in it.
Ether! It's ether! It's ether! It's ether! The guard has ether! This is the best day of my life!
And I think we're going to end there today!
I've had in the previous 34 years,
Okay.
and I'm going to eat some, and I'm going to find somebody else who knows about ether, and question them intensively, and possibly uncomfortably.
I'm happy to start.
I am just so happy.
Incidentally, as Fawn manages to wrestle the body inside and Rummy has managed to sort of deftly pluck out this snuff box. I feel like with sort of like I am going to grab one of the guard's shoes.
Fair enough. You have a boot, a left one.
Would it destroy you, Lena, if I said that Remy, you all saw him get the snuff box, but that maybe he keeps the contents a secret from the characters?
That was such a beautiful rant.
It was great, but how fun would it be if there's some backup secret ether that you guys don't know about
Also very fun.
at a moment of need? No, to be honest, Remy would never keep anything like that from Astara. So, but we get to end on a crit hit. That's awesome.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Cool. So, quick note. That was Lore of Aetherra, the Lost Druid, the first part of the adventure. We definitely took liberties during that. So, once you yourself go and find this PDF, and you want to go ahead and start to run this adventure as well, know that it probably will be slightly different than what we did. However, most of it was there, and
also that's what all the best adventure modules are, right?
Of course,
you build off of them. So
they are.
And there was a ton of lore, and ton of
Yeah.
hooks, and it was great. Yeah,
Brilliant. I had a ton of fun. And again, we were playing on the sort of Alchemy RPG system here, all set up for us, which Chris Eddy, I want to specifically point them out, did an amazing job helping us, kind of guiding us through how to kind of set everything up and play through all this from Alchemy RPG. It was awesome. We had a ton of fun. Let's remind people real quick about the Kickstarter and where they can go to download some of the music and the.
So I just dropped
adventure.
into chat ! Alchemy gives you the link alchemyrpg.com/Kickstarter, and then also just the general website alchemyrpg.com. You can check out more information about there. You can sign up to get into the platform and to early access. It's a ton of fun. It's a virtual tabletop. It's got some really cool concepts. They're working so quickly on it. Like over the course of the couple few weeks that we've been talking to them and working with them to get this ready, there's already been so much progress on a bunch of fronts. It's really amazing. You can get all the information for the Kickstarter. You can go kickstart it, and then you will get the completed version of the adventure that we have been playing. I also, just as a quick reminder, you can use !Discord if you've enjoyed us interacting like this, because where Andy comments there's some liberties have been taken, this felt very helpful, Goat. And if you enjoyed what we did, you can drop us a follow here, twitch.tv/helpfulgoat. We would love to have you. We'd love to have you hang out and chat. We've got a beautiful community in chat and on the Discord. Honestly, it's just been a really, really amazing experience. Thank you so much to Alchemy, to Chris Eddy, and everybody else over there for asking us to do this and giving this opportunity.
Isaac as well. Isaac did a lot of back-end stuff that I don't even know, I'm sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
And if you go to their Kickstarter page, you can get the 40-page adventure preview PDF for free, which has everything that we played tonight and the amazing music. Like, this music is bonkers good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Do all of those things. Maybe come check us out when we play more. And I certainly think we'll be chatting with Alchemy, and maybe there'll be some more of this coming your way at some point in here.
That'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks so much. Yeah, enjoy the Kickstarter. Good luck with that. We're gonna be certainly keeping an eye on it. From all of us at Helpful Go Gaming, we wish everyone an excellent evening. Take care of yourselves. Hang in there. We love you. Bye.
Night, everybody.
Love you all. Good night.